KTFM Floresville, San Antonio's Sports Center.
Rough night for the Spurs in Los Angeles last night, losing to the Lakers 125-109. Steph Castle, though, continues to play well. He led the way with 23 points. Spurs return to action tomorrow night against the New York Knicks. NCAA tournament play gets underway tonight. It's the first set of the first four games. 16 seeds battle. St. Francis takes on Alabama State. Then it's North Carolina and San Diego State, all right here on 94.1.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio's Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Well, hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday.
Yep.
Hey, how you doing out there?
Oh, boy. You know, a dude named John Sobry
Yeah?
sent me a direct message on Twitter and said, this National Day has Joe written all over it. It's National Awkward Moments Day, and you start off the day with that.
How's everybody?
Yes.
Hey.
It's also, according to him, for Mr. Reinagel, National Sloppy Joe Day.
I like Sloppy Joes.
When was the last time you had a Sloppy Joe?
You know, it's been a while.
I was going to say.
But they're good, right? I mean, you like Sloppy Joes, don't you?
Sure. Yeah, I think, but I can't tell you the last time I had one.
What do you mean you think? What the hell? You think you either know or you don't.
When was the last time you had a Sloppy Joe? When was the last time you thought about, you know what sounds good for dinner? A Sloppy Joe.
You know, it actually does, and I guess I forget about it, but you can go and get that manwich stuff or whatever the hell that is.
Uh-huh.
And
manwich stuff.
And just cook up a little burger and pour that in. Sloppy Joes.
You know, and I come to think of it, what the hell is a Sloppy Joe? I know I had them. We had them growing up. But I can't tell you the last time I thought about a Sloppy Joe. I think I like it. Sounds like I would like it. I think I remember liking it, but I've never asked for it as an adult. I don't know.
Huh.
I mean, it's like, when was the last time you had a Sloppy Joe? I don't know.
Well, I don't know if there's a restaurant out there that serves Sloppy Joes. Do they?
I don't know.
I haven't. I don't know of one if that's the case. But yeah, that's one thing you got to do it at the house, right? On a, I don't know, Sunday afternoon, Tuesday night. I don't know.
On Taco Tuesday, you want to go Sloppy Joe?
Well, it's the same stuff, right? It's
I don't know.
Hamburger meat.
What goes in a Sloppy Joe besides hamburger meat? Does it come in a can?
Yeah, manwich.
Manwich.
It's called manwich.
Well,
I don't know what the hell it is.
I think manwich is different than Sloppy Joe.
No, I don't think so. I think it's the same thing. I mean, technically, I guess it's like a barbecue sauce. We can look up recipes if you want, Minix. I mean, you pretty interested?
Well, I'm kind of curious now. I mean, what is a Sloppy Joe?
Look at that. There is a Sloppy Joe recipe.
Well, of course there is.
So let's see. There's all kinds of Sloppy Joe recipes. But this guy claims to have the very best Sloppy Joe recipe.
I'm sure he does.
That's what he says. And if I ever got to it, I would read it to you. Here it is. Look at this. It's the ingredients: garlic, pepper, brown sugar, Worcestershire sauce, tomato sauce, mustard, garlic powder, onion powder, ketchup, and ground beef or turkey. That's what this guy says.
I don't think you're having all that and you're going turkey.
I think I'm just getting a manwich.
Pledge, what are you showing me on your screen there?
Top 10 best Sloppy Joes in San Antonio.
Oh, really? In San Antonio.
And are they all food trucks or are they sit-down restaurants?
Cheddar Scratch Kitchen, Potbelly Sandwich Shop, Tycoon Flats,
How about that?
Willie's Grill and Ice House.
No, Willie's doesn't have that.
I've never seen that on the menu at Willie's.
I declare.
Although I don't know that I would order one in a restaurant.
I would order one, but I've never seen it on Willie's menu.
I mean, I can see Willie's logo right there.
Well, I understand. I'm not saying Pledge is lying about it, but I'm just saying.
The internet would never lie, right? So it must be true. I see it on the internet.
I will. The next time I'm in Willie's, I'll look.
Jacob Eric says, last Sloppy Joe, first grade. Shout out Highland Hills Elementary.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, it's been a while, right? But we used to have that as part of the cafeteria lunch.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, like I remember Sloppy Joes. I don't have, like, poor memories of them, but I don't know that I've had one as an adult. I believe Sloppy Joes was a pretty regular thing out to sea when I was in the military. Tom on YouTube says that recipe sounds like someone's just cleaning out the refrigerator.
Well, that's pretty much a Sloppy Joe.
Although it all works. I mean, but it also kind of sounds like people in their chili recipes. What you describe as chili might not be chili for somebody else.
It might be carne asada.
It might be.
It could be.
It could be.
Yes. It was damn good carne asada.
Yeah, it was, but not chili.
It wasn't chili. I don't know, but yeah, now I'm hungry for a Sloppy Joe.
Well, so like Pledge is asking, is it just a chopped beef sandwich?
No,
no, they're not basically the same.
It's not a chopped beef sandwich.
Well, generally, chopped beef is like some sort of brisket or rib if you're doing it the right way.
This is just pure, good old fashioned, ground up hamburger meat.
Seasoned up.
Well, seasoned up, yeah, or just pour a can of manwich on there and you'd be fine.
Well, see, but a manwich isn't a sandwich. A
It's
manwich
meal.
is a meal. That's what Raj is saying on
Exactly.
YouTube. That's a whole different genre.
I'm just saying, manwich, it's the same. Manwich Sloppy Joe. That's it.
Yep.
It makes it easy.
A manwich sloppy Joe.
That's right.
Is that what it is? Just don't read the comments right now, Joe, on the YouTube channel. I stay away from reading those comments for a little while. You might be offended.
It is the original Sloppy Joe.
What is?
The manwich.
No, they're full of it. They are so full of it.
Yes, you did.
Did you now?
Well, didn't have much of me. You'll watch me snore.
I told you don't read those comments.
How can I not?
Mean,
how can I not?
All the places talking about Sloppy Joes, and you guys go there on the YouTube?
But what do you expect?
I don't want anybody to lose their appetite when we're thinking about lunch.
What do you expect? Well, I'm thinking about dinner now, actually.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know if we have. I can go to the store on my way home.
So now Rudy says he usually makes it with about a pound of hamburger meat, throw in some regular barbecue sauce, flour to thicken it up, and then he throws it on a hamburger bun. Rudy sounds like he does this often.
Yeah, but that's not. Is that a Sloppy Joe, really?
Well, I mean,
that's just hamburger meat and barbecue sauce.
Well, I mean, but I think that kind of classifies as a Sloppy Joe.
Well, we're going to see here. I want to see what manwich's ingredients are.
Well, I mean, like you said, I think some Worcestershire sauce, maybe a little bit of brown sugar. Although the brown sugar just kind of candies it up a little bit, but in reality, it's all good.
I'm telling you, Sloppy, it sounds fantastic. I haven't had one in a long time. But now I'm kind of craving one.
Dude, it's National Sloppy Joe Day.
Well, then everybody should go find a Sloppy Joe.
Pledge, do we just find out the internet sometimes lies? The internet lies.
See that?
The internet, you can't believe everything you read on the internet. Because Pledge just said that there is a Sloppy Joe on the menu at Tycoon Flats.
And it's not.
And we had a caller call in and say, no, his daughter works there. Did he call his daughter and ask? Now, there's two Tycoon Flats. Could it be on one menu and not the other?
No. How could you do that?
Because not all restaurants are created equal. I'm just saying. I'm just stunned. That just like that. Now I'm not sure if we should believe that there's one on the menu at Willie's.
There's not. I'm looking at the Willie's menu right now, and there is no Sloppy Joe on there.
Because you're like, you go to Willie's quite often.
Well, I go to Willie's on a regular basis because it's very close to my house.
quite often.
Yes.
And you know their menu.
I do.
And if there would have been a Sloppy Joe on there, you probably would have passed, but at least you would have known it was there.
No, I probably would have had one.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little butthurt because they got rid of the steak strips.
What?
Yeah, although the guy made me a basket. It's just a chicken fried steak cut into strips.
Yeah?
The guy made me one.
You got special treatment at Willie's?
I did. I'm a regular.
You're a regular.
I'm a VIP.
You're a what?
A VIP.
You tipped him well, did you?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Always do. But no Sloppy Joe on the Willie's menu.
Why would you get strips if you could have had the old chicken fried steak?
Well, what the hell's the difference?
Well, that's probably what he said,
It's
but
the same
like
thing.
a toddler, he had to make it special for you so you would eat it.
Well, yeah, because I like steak strips. They eat it the same way, though. Gravy and ketchup.
So
Same thing.
you made the kitchen work a little bit harder for you.
I don't think they had any problem with it. Dude, I'm in there all the time.
Yeah?
I'm like a frequent flyer.
Yeah?
He was happy to do it.
Was he happy?
He's a good kid.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Said, hey, the old dude wants some cutting strips.
Mm-hmm.
See, Tom Guerrero's steak fingers are good at Willie's.
They are good. I've had them there. I didn't know they left the menu.
I think they did because I asked the guy I wanted steak strips, and he says, well, I'm not sure we have them anymore. And I said, well, what the hell? And so he went back to check. He said, well, I can get them for you. I'm assuming they cut up a chicken fried steak. Maybe, unless they had some leftover fingers in the back. Either way, I got my steak fingers.
I don't know if I want the phrase, they had some leftover fingers in the back.
You batter them up and put them in the deep fryer.
I know it.
Delicious.
Uh-huh. Just not all the pinkies.
It was very good.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. You know, they don't have a Sloppy Joe on the menu at Roo Pub.
No, they don't.
But they could.
They could.
But they don't. But the food that they do have on their menu is fantastic. You want that bison burger? Get in there. Steak night every Wednesday for $19.95. Go in and get that Minix ribeye. They got great fried shrimp. Love the fried shrimp there. The biggest and best wings in town. You think about tournament time, it's about wings, it's about beer, and there's no better place than the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road with those three massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. So for all the games this week, make sure you're at the Roo Pub. In fact, they're opening early on Thursday and Friday at 10 a.m., getting you ready for all the madness. The Roo Pub has all the beers you want, full bar. Game Room has the best darts area in town, indoor cornhole, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch all the games. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant, the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Get ready to play in the street. Ciclovia returns to the Broadway route on Sunday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This YMCA of Greater San Antonio community fitness event takes over the streets for cycling, walking, and safe, healthy fun. Visit ciclovia.org for more details.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Sell your car to America's best car buyer. GiveMeTheVin.com, and you may be the one that gets an extra $25,000 in your pocket. We are giving away $25,000 to a random person that sells their car to GiveMeTheVin.com in the month of March. GiveMeTheVin.com, big cash giveaway. You can't afford not to try it.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, Rob Thompson here from my friends over at Prize Picks. The second half of the basketball season is here. The race to playoffs is on, and there's no better time to hit Prize Picks because the money, it's heating up. 1,000 times your cash, Taco Tuesdays, and the way they pay. Let me tell you, Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your accounts. There's no better way to get started with Prize Picks than right now as basketball season ends. And here's the best thing about Prize Picks is you can combine different leagues. You got a favorite in the pros, you got a favorite in the college, you can put them together to really maximize your bets. And remember the code ALAMO. Remember, you download that when you sign up today. There's money to be had. No better place than Prize Picks right now. As the basketball season winds down, go for the place to get the best cash with your favorite sports. That's Prize Picks. You know what you're doing. Go play. In fact, go run your game.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Guys, if you're not feeling like yourself anymore, testosterone therapy or TRT may be the answer. Look for the VIP treatment with the TRT experts at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. With over a decade of TRT experience, book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com. Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count. Because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team. Southern Recipe Small Batch.
Hey, it's Adam from County Crows. Come out and see us on the Complete Sweets Tour this summer. We'll be joined by our friends, the Gaslight Anthem. It's a summer butter miracle. Guess I should. Old songs, new songs. Come and hang with us.
Saturday, August 2nd, the SB at St. Paul Square. Tickets on sale now at thesb.com. Presented by ATG Entertainment.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix on a Tuesday afternoon. Glad to have you listening. Whether you're listening on the radio, one of the many apps online, sasportstar.com. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel.
Yeah, do that and give us a little thumbs up, too, while you're in there. Always helps. It makes me feel better. Yeah, you got a number of thumbs up. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Thursday and Friday, Blitz is going to be at Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks Park North location on Thursday. And then Friday, the Westover Hills location there at 410 and 151.
That's always fun. It's a great place to go watch some March Madness, some NCAA tournament action. I'm looking forward to it. Finally got an invite to participate in the Philadelphia Classic.
You know, you were kind of butthurt when you didn't get invited to the Ken's 5 deal early on. Now, I don't know if Rob has done this yet, but at ESPN.com, or Pledge did, Rob asked you to do this. We're going to do, like, on ESPN, create a group where people can put their brackets in. Nobody told you? I'm telling you now. But Rob said, right, Rob said he was going to do this. No. So, Pledge, make sure you get it done. When Pledge gets it done in the next 10 minutes, we'll tell you, and you can start putting your brackets in there. It is weird to say on March 18th, the Micah Parsons watch is on. And we all expect Jerry Jones to do something different and do it the right way because we know what the right way is, or at least we think we know what the right way is. And the way Jerry has done business, like with CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, that's the wrong way. The right way is to get this deal done sooner rather than later. And
too late for that, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, it could still get done now. Does this need to drag all summer long? Do you want now? Kind of like political candidates at this time, you start hearing about some of the negative stuff, and you're starting to, hear some. Oh, this is, they don't like the fact that Micah does a podcast, and Malik Hooker had to move his locker away from Micah because they didn't get along, and D-Law had to leave, and he doesn't show up for the volunteer stuff, even though it's volunteer. You're kind of voluntold. They like you to be there for that. So you're starting to hear those kind of things being reported about Micah Parsons and hesitancy on giving Micah Parsons a record contract for non-quarterback deals.
I think that's kind of interesting. And, I mean, what's being said in that article is not wrong, right? I mean, Malik Hooker, although he denied that was part of it, why the hell would you move lockers? Unless Micah stinks.
Well,
I mean, I don't know. Why else would you do it? Look, the longer this drags on, and I don't think it makes any difference anymore to anybody, because I think the highest paid has been the highest paid. So now you're just kind of like, where it's at. It's not going anywhere else, most likely. So you know where the range is. So I don't know that there is any hurry to get this done. Micah's under contract, right, for this year. So I'm not sure, and I'm not saying they're going to let it play out that way, but, for Jerry, I'm not sure that there's any hurry anymore. He should have done this last year, and he could have paid Micah about $32 million.
Yep. But Calvin Watkins in the Dallas Morning News asked the question, do the Cowboys have a Micah Parsons problem? And again, he's got a year left on his deal. He could have gotten a new deal last year. He didn't. And again, everybody would have advised Micah not to sign a deal last year. This year, you want to get that deal before you play out the final year of your contract, get a new one, and get that guaranteed money, get that security. So, and we know it's going to be $41 million because right now the high is 40.3 average per year, even though Micah Parsons has said he doesn't have to be the highest paid guy. Now, you think about his agent, David Mulligetta, and Mulligetta's made a lot of people really rich. Got a fully guaranteed deal for Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. He just did that deal with Derek Stingley down in Houston with $89 million guaranteed on a $90 million deal. Now, I don't know David Mulligetta personally, but I get that's a guy that's pissed off that he lost that $1 million in guaranteed money. I mean, it's like he got it to the 1 yard line.
Uh-huh.
And he'll take 89 guaranteed, but so how much of Micah's deal is going to be fully guaranteed? We know Jerry likes long contracts to help spread out the signing bonuses and reduce the cap hit over time. So Jerry probably wants to do a 5-year, maybe a 6-year deal with Micah. Mulligetta likes short deals. Like Stingley's is 3 years. Cash in, highest value, and then you're back at the table sooner rather than later. Exactly what Dak Prescott has done time over time over time. Micah Parsons, at his age, should be thinking along those same lines. So is the holdup not the dollar? Is it the length of the contract?
Could be. Yeah, because if I'm Micah and his representatives, why would I sign a 5-year contract? It'd be dumb. He's 25 years old. He'd be 30 years old by the time that runs out. Why not a 3-year? Why or 4 tops? Because, I mean, I don't care what Jerry wants at this point in time. It doesn't make any difference. Micah pretty much holds all the cards here, doesn't he? So it's either you give me what I want or trade me. I mean, it's pretty much that simple.
Well, and again, if they're thinking about a trade, and if they were making calls, we would know about it, right? The Cowboys don't operate in the dark shadows like Nico did with the Lakers sending Luka out there, right? Nobody's going to see that trade and text Shefty to make sure he wasn't hacked like they did Shams, right? If there were calls being made, I think we would know about it. So while there has been some trade talk, I'm not buying any of it. I'm just trying to figure out what would the holdup be at this point, because for 2 years they've been telling us they've been clearing the decks to make room to pay Micah Parsons that kind of money. This isn't a surprise to the Dallas Cowboys. So they know, and they keep telling us they want to get those deals done. So let's see. But what's the holdup? Is it the Cowboys? Because this is what they do? Is it on Micah? Is it some things in there about social media and podcasting that the Cowboys would rather him not do? Is it, dude, you've got to show up for the volunteer stuff, even though it says volunteer as a team leader? You need to be here for that. You tweeted out, it's my time when D-Law left, that you want to be the leader. Well, leaders are in the building all the time. Are you going to show up?
You know, it's funny as I'm sitting here listening to you, it's like, it's deja vu. What are the Cowboys going to do? How long are they going to wait? What's the holdup? Is it years? Is it money? We said the same exact thing with Dak Prescott and C.D. Lamb.
Yep.
The exact same conversation.
Yep.
Because it's the Dallas Cowboys, and nobody knows what the hell they're going to do. For whatever reason, good look. Jerry knows he's staring at what? I don't know. What did Jamar get guaranteed?
40.3.
40.3? That's all he got?
Well, for
guaranteed money. So that guaranteed money's got to go into a bank account, right?
Yep.
So is that why Jerry's waiting? Because he knows that he's going to have to write a check or transfer some money into another account? So I don't know. It's the same conversation we had with the other two guys. I mean, it's almost verbatim because that's how the Cowboys operate, and they're not going to be in any hurry. And I can see Jerry now not being in any hurry because there's no reason to be if you're Jerry Jones anymore.
You know, the reality is, I mean, you think about north of $112 million guaranteed, which is what Jamar got, and averaging $40.3 million a year. All the money, you know, all that cash ends up in an escrow account. So Jerry might not want to put it there, but he's got it. But the longer it stays in his account, the more interest he's going to make on that money. But the business side of football is that. But if you're the Cowboys and you don't get them signed before minicamp start, the volunteer stuff, if you're Micah Parsons, you're not showing up.
No, of course not.
And you're not showing up for the mandatory stuff, and you're not showing up for training camp until you have your new deal. And things will get ugly, and then they'll make nice. Because that is what the Dallas Cowboys do.
The problem with that is that if Micah's not there for all of that, it's a problem. You saw the same thing with C.D. Lamb. I mean, he got off to a slow start at the beginning of the year. So that's the problem with waiting and doing it that way. Look, I wish Jerry would poop or get off the pot, honestly, or whoever's holding this thing up, do it and get it done so you can start thinking about how the hell you're going to put this team together. Because right now, you're not doing anybody any good. But if you're Micah, if you're Jerry, whoever's holding this thing up, you're not doing anybody any good, especially your teammates. Because they don't know what the hell's going on. Is Micah going to be here? Is he not? How are we going to do this? What's going to happen? I mean, nobody knows.
Well, and again, with the new defensive coordinator, this is why I wish that Jerry would do something different. You saw last year the issues you had with C.D. Lamb missing a significant part of the offseason and the importance of being there. And if you're going to be a team leader, Micah Parsons, and you fancy yourself as being a team leader, you need to be there for your team. And with the new defensive coordinator, you need to be there. But I wouldn't fault him for not showing up without his new deal because that's the only leverage he has is I just won't be there. So maybe this year Jerry will do something different. And the fact that Jamar got his deal done already, there's no reason for Jerry Jones to wait. It's not like, well, let's see what this guy does and what that guy does, because Jerry never wants to be the guy that resets the market. He just always pays more because somebody else reset the market first.
Which is what he's going to have to do this time.
Yep.
And there's nobody on the horizon that I can see that's going to be any more than Jamar Chase was. That's why I don't think Jerry's going to be in any hurry to get this done. He's going to wait till, I don't know, the summertime, right before training camp. I don't know when he's going to get it done, but it would shock me if he got it done any sooner than that because that's just the way they operate. We've seen 2 examples of it already over the last 2 years with number 4 and C.D. Lamb.
Yep. Speaking of numbers, DeMarcus Lawrence has, as they would say, his body's not even cold yet. They've already given his number 90 to Solomon Thomas, the new guy.
Yeah, it didn't take long.
It didn't take long at all.
Uh-huh.
Of all the new numbers being handed out, the one that I find most interesting is Javonte Williams, the running back. He got 33. I got a problem with that.
33?
I don't think the Cowboys should have a running back wearing 33.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you want to be a defensive back wear 33, we've seen that. Go for it.
Well, then they need to start retiring numbers.
Well, they don't retire numbers.
I know they don't, but if it's not retired, it's available.
Again, if you're a running back, you shouldn't wear 33 or 22 for that matter. I mean, it's, they don't reissue number 8 and they don't reissue number 12. But in reality, 33 as a running back, Williams, dude, why would you do that to yourself?
Well, why not? Big shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You go and you run. And
you're on a one-year deal, man.
Done.
Big shoes.
Well, then look, I mean, that's not Williams' fault. That's a Dallas Cowboys problem. They shouldn't have. When he asked for 33, they should, nope, can't do it. You can't have that one. I mean, that's not Williams' fault. He asked for 33. They said, okay, we'll give it to you. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like 21 for defensive backs.
Can't do it.
Well, it's being done.
I know. It's just comical. I don't know. I don't know. I just seeing 33 is like, yeah. Number 3 has been given up. Brandon Cooks won't be back. Even though he's still a free agent, they gave his number to Dante Fowler.
Yep.
And Wenya Thomas switched his number to number 2. Jordan Lewis is out. 2 is available. I want Deuce.
Hey, it's what have you done for me lately?
Mm-hmm.
All right, hey, you're no longer a Dallas Cowboy. You're dead to us.
I guess Brandon Cooks really isn't coming back.
He's not coming back.
Or if he does, he's going to have to get a different number. Or I guess they could switch him again.
Nobody else has picked up Brandon Cooks either, though.
Yeah.
So that could be an issue for Brandon Cooks.
It could be. Could be. Deion Sanders, always in the news. He's learned from Jerry Jones. Let's talk about what Deion had to say, and it was a lot. Coming up here on The Blitz, here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm enjoying this weather. The weather is fantastic. I love springtime in San Antonio. I know it's not officially spring yet, but we're getting close. And, man, it is just fantastic outside. The weather has been awesome. But you know what happens in the springtime here in San Antonio and South Texas. And it's going to happen this year, too. It does. We'll get those thunderstorms roll through. You know the ones I'm talking about with the lightning, the heavy rain, the hail, all of that stuff. And it can take a toll on your roof. You need to know about Stevens Roofing. You need to know about them because they're the absolute best in the business. Been in business in San Antonio and South Texas for a long, long time, and you don't stay in business that long if you're not doing it right. Stevens Roofing is doing it right. Family-owned company, local company. In fact, you might want to give Stevens Roofing a call right now. Have them send a crew out to do a free roof inspection. 210-785-0994. You can also check them out online at stevensroofing.net. Let them check out your roof to make sure that everything is okay ahead of what we know is coming in the springtime here in San Antonio and South Texas. Thunderstorms, they're coming. It's not the time for a DIY fix. You want to call Stevens Roofing today. Don't let Texas weather catch you off guard. Call 210-785-0994. Stevens Roofing, protecting Texas families one roof at a time. That phone number again, 210-785-0994.
Listen all this week to The Blitz to win tickets to see the Counting Crows at the SB. Saturday, August the 2nd, the Counting Crows, the complete suite store, comes to the SB. Tickets are on sale now. Go to thesb.com. Win tickets to the Counting Crows with special guests, the Gaslight Anthem from 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with the USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WEALTH to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WEALTH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code WEALTH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. And it's all about having a great time. Grab your buddies and ladies too. And hit the course for a fun, laid-back day of golf, laughs, and a little friendly competition at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, April 14th. It's just $120 a player or $400 for a foursome. A solid deal for a day of good times with your crew. The Spring Golf Classic benefits the Pan American Golf Association. But don't worry, this isn't some high-stakes tournament. It's all about kicking back, having fun, and making memories. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Ancira.com and PPL Motorhomes. After you've crushed it on the course, join us at the Hangar Bar and Grill on Potranco for the ultimate after party. Cold drinks, great food, and good times with all of your buddies. So grab your spot, grab your crew, and tee off for a day of unforgettable fun. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
He is Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. It's the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at Joe Reinagle 210 at Jason Minix.
Yeah, we like followers. We do. And we say a bunch of goofy stuff on those social media platforms.
Do we now?
Well, sure we do. That you might agree with, or maybe you won't. Either way.
Well, that's the beauty of it.
You should be a follower of both.
Yes. Definitely. So we've got some Papa Roach tickets to give away.
The Revenge of the Roach tour?
Sure. It's the last resort.
Oh.
Got to go with it.
The last resort? It's the rise of the Roach.
You have no idea, right? Last Resort's like their famous song. March 22nd at the Frostbank Center. Let's give away a pair of tickets right now. Let's give them to caller number 9. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 9. Those tickets will be yours. Papa Roach at the Frostbank Center coming up on March 22nd. We've got other Papa Roach tickets to give away later in the show as well. If you don't win the tickets, you can always buy them at livenation.com.
Good luck.
Good luck.
That's like Saturday night, isn't it? March 22nd?
It would be Saturday night.
How about that? Nice little Saturday night.
Huh.
Go hang with the Roaches.
You know, I mean, those are Roaches that you want to be around.
They are?
Yeah, well, it's because it's the Papa Roach.
Oh.
Sounds like a fun Saturday night.
Sure. You going?
I haven't decided yet.
I
just might find my way to the Frostbank Center.
It would not surprise me if you were there.
Do you want to go?
No. I have no desire to go to that. I really don't.
Why?
Well, I don't want to go see Papa Roach. I'm sure that's fantastic, but
You would hear about 3 of their songs and go, oh, okay.
I'm sure I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you would have a really good time.
I have no doubt. Look, live music anywhere, any genre is good.
Yep.
So I have no problem with live music. It's fantastic. But probably be, I don't know.
Watching basketball?
Doing something on Saturday night.
Like watching basketball.
Probably, yes.
Yes. We'll see.
Drinking the beer I'm going to win from you tomorrow night.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm very confident that I'm going to win another beer bet.
Well, you're a Texas homer. Of course you are.
But I also think they're going to win. I got them losing in the first round. So
to Illinois, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I've got Xavier losing to Illinois.
Well, so we both have Illinois winning. Just who are they going to beat becomes
exactly.
the question.
That's it.
You know, Deion Sanders was talking yesterday, talking quite a bit about a variety of things. And one of the things, you know, with all the talk about Shedeur Sanders, where he's going to go. And Deion said, you know, he's blessed, not stressed throughout this process. You know, his kids have been in the spotlight. He's been in the spotlight. They've overcome a lot. Criticism and, you know, everything that comes with going through the draft. And, you know, and I thought for a guy who, you know, could manipulate things or try to, kind of like Eli Manning did or Archie did when Eli was coming out, you know, it doesn't seem like Deion is going to go that route. But one of the things that he was talking about yesterday, you know, along with Shedeur in the draft process is, he's still head coach of Colorado, and all the changes that are happening in college football. A lot of programs like UTSA have just flat done away with having a spring game, which kind of sucks in a lot of ways, but with the portal and everything going on, you almost have to. Deion wants to turn college football spring games into NFL-style preseason games. It's an idea that I like. I'm not sure how they're going to be able to pull this off, but I like what Deion is thinking here. Just need to take this idea, smooth out the rough edges, figure out what the unintended consequences would be. But I like what he's thinking right now.
Well, and what I think he is thinking is almost like even a scrimmages against teams that come into training camp.
Yep.
Right? And he got according to this article, the head coach from Syracuse said he'd be there, and they would come to Boulder for 3 days and do that. I think some teams would be willing to do it. I guess for the fans, it would be fantastic. But again, you've got to get around the obstacles that the portal right now is causing, and why teams like UTSA and Texas are canceling their spring games. So that's the issue, and how would you get it done?
Well, if they make changes to the schedule and kind of, allow, an extra week of practices in the fall, or I say fall, the summer, but if they went through a training camp more like the NFL schedule, have some spring practices, but add that extra week, almost like if it's still the rule in high school, and if I'm getting this wrong, I apologize, but there was a time where if you didn't practice in the spring, you got an extra week or so in the summer.
Yeah.
I think it's still that way. If they do something like that with college, and then would allow either preseason game or some sort of joint practices. I mean, how fun would it be to say have UTSA do some joint practices with Texas State or with Texas for that matter? How much better would UTSA get if they spent 3 days practicing against the Longhorns? Or, and how much fun that could actually be for fans to go. But then you have who's paying for it, who's housing them, and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, there are some things that have to get worked out, but I think that could be fun because, that's the one thing about college football that separates itself from every other league. High school football, you get 2 scrimmages against opponents before the regular season kickoff. The NFL, you get 3 preseason games. College football, they say, here we go, we're starting right now, and the only guy that you've hit has been a guy you share a locker room with for a month.
Well, and if you're Texas, you got to travel to Ohio State for that first game.
Yep.
So that makes it even that much more difficult. But I agree. I think there should be scrimmages or something in college football. But again, there's so many things that are wonky about college football right now, and that they've got to figure out. The transfer portal is one of them. I was listening to somebody today, and they're talking again that college football and basketball players, the best way to handle it is to become employees of the university, form a union, have a collective bargaining agreement, and they should just do the same thing as the NFL's doing now, as the NBA's doing. That's where we're headed with those 2 big-time sports, football and basketball, and I just wish somebody would have the stones to put a plan in place and get it implemented.
The idea, and right now the NCAA is what it is. They need to, one, how do you have it fair amongst all conferences? And that's damn near impossible. And then you have various state laws. So unless the national government gets involved, what you're talking about, until there is, and nobody wants more politics in anything, but this is an area that does seem like the national government needs to have some sort of national law or rules that everybody has to follow, because when you go state to state, everything's a little bit different and nobody's playing on an even playing field.
Well, true. So it would be a complicated fix, there's no doubt, but you'd have to start with the major colleges, the major conferences, right? You start there, and then you try to figure out how you're going to have that trickle down to the others. But look, the transfer portal for example, this year's tournament, NCAA tournament, it's going to be unpredictable as hell.
Yep.
And we can all sit here and say, well, Auburn and Tennessee and Florida and Duke, and they're the ones that are going to be there. Maybe not, because there's some teams out there that have some players that have either come up or come down to them that are going to give some of these teams fits. And in that respect, it makes it more exciting, but there's got to be a way to get a handle on it. And we're talking about a Cooper Flagg right now making $8 million. $8 million.
Is that all he's getting?
Well, and he's got a shown shoe deal, which is part of it. I think he makes about $2 million from Duke, and then the rest is from his shoe deal.
You know, Rob Thompson was talking about Cooper Flagg this morning, and depending on who ends up with that number 1 pick, with the amount of money that he's already getting, could he forego entering the draft as the surefire number 1 overall pick and saying, you know what, I don't want to go play for Charlotte. I'll go back to Duke because I know I'm going to make $10 million, and next year I'm still going to be the number 1 pick. And depending on how the lottery falls, might depend on whether or not I stay at Duke for another year or go to the NBA draft. Very similar to what Cam Ward did, leaving Washington State. And, you know, we've talked about this with Cam on this show. He originally declared for the draft, leaving Pullman, Washington. He didn't like his draft grade. Got some nice offers to go to Miami. All right, well, for that kind of cash, let me go play another year of college football. I'm going to Miami. And now he's likely to be the number 1 overall pick. At least he's going in the top 5 as opposed to not going in the first 3 rounds. He's now going to be a top 5 pick. Mel Kiper Jr. in his mock draft today has him number 1 overall. And Cam Ward is still out there collecting trophies. He was in New Orleans last night for the Manning Award presentation. Had dinner with Archie, talked to the media in New Orleans. And, of course, he said it'd be a dream to play for the Saints. Of course, I think he's going to –
Oh, my gosh.
Well, I think, you know, he's in New Orleans. He's getting asked about the Saints. He ain't dumb. New Orleans has no chance to get him. And I think if you're Cam Ward right now, you're at least publicly, whatever team picks me, I'm going to get, you know, that. And that's what he should say. And if he doesn't go number 1, I'm good. Whoever doesn't pick me is going to regret it for the next 15 years. That's what he should be saying at this point.
That's exactly what he should be saying. The only question, I don't know what Tennessee's going to do. Are they going to go with the quarterback, or are they going to try to trade out of that pick? I mean, they could get a lot of stuff from somebody by trading that number 1 draft pick, especially if it's, say, the Giants, if they want a Cam Ward. Or do they prefer Shador, which Mel has them taking at number 3.
And let's not forget, here in San Antonio at the Valero Alamo Bowl, Shador posted pictures of his shoes with the Giants logo. As he said, I'll let you guys know at the Alamo Bowl where I'm going. And he said, New York. And so not really surprised if things go chalk.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's it. And Cam Ward's going to be just fine because he's the best quarterback in the draft. Overall, right now, best quarterback. What surprised me about the mock draft that what's his name has,
Kiper?
Yeah, they got the kid from Jackson Dart going at number 9.
Well, when you're desperate for quarterbacks and that's the best available,
dude, they have him going to the Saints.
Yeah.
So I just can't see that.
Well,
I mean, I really can't.
And let's face it, while you try to connect dots and go with, okay, Cam Ward was in New Orleans for an event. New Orleans media there. They asked him about the Saints. Could the Saints move up, going from 9 to 1, to get Cam Ward? If they love Cam Ward enough, and has there been enough talk about that with Cam's representation that that's a possibility, that could also explain the answer. If that is a possibility that has been talked about with those guys, because let's face it, when you're the number 1 pick and you can get your deal done ahead of time. I mean, what did Trevor Lawrence buy a house in Jacksonville 3 months before the draft? Because there was no doubt where he was going.
Look, I just don't think the Saints have the capital to make a trade like that. That's the only problem. They don't. Their salary cap struggling, And I just don't think they have anything to make that move. And Tennessee, if they do trade out of that pick, they're going to want a haul for it, which they should.
Yeah.
And if you don't get what you want, then you've got your future quarterback sitting right there. So the Saints are screwed. But just go ahead.
It's lying season.
Well, it is. It is. And I love Rob Thompson. But Cooper's Flag stock is not going to get any higher than it is right now. And if he doesn't want to go play for Washington or Charlotte, well, what's the chances he goes back to Duke? He struggles. He gets hurt. Who knows?
Well, getting hurt would be the one thing. Struggling, I think next year Cooper Flag would still be the number one player.
And then what? What if Washington has the number one pick again?
Well, I mean, seriously. He could play that card a couple times. But with the money that's available to these college athletes right now, and we've seen it in football, Cam Ward is an example. This year, if you believe reports, Quinn Ewers turned down a lot of money to go play another year of college football because he wants to enter the NFL draft and go chase that dream. But with the amount of money that's available to these college athletes, they have more power now than they ever have before in controlling where their professional destination is when you're looking at a draft, because if they don't like that situation, they can just go back to school and make a lot of money while going back to school to avoid going to a city or an organization that they don't want to go. Not that they will, and we haven't seen it yet in college basketball, but the potential is there because it's not, well, I got to get to the league so I can get all that money, because they're getting ridiculous money right now as a college athlete.
So my question then would be, can Cooper Flag wait until the draft lottery happens before he makes that call? I don't know, because I can see a scenario where, okay, you got the draft lottery. Spurs are number one, but Cooper Flag's already said, nah, I'm staying in school. That would piss a bunch of people off, wouldn't it?
Well, it would. I think it really all has to do with hiring an agent.
Well, they've already done that.
Well, for the professional athlete part of things.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not really sure how all these agent rules work now with, but once you declare, because like Cam Ward declared for the draft and then undeclared and went back to school.
Yeah, I'm going to have to research that and see, because that would be a nightmare scenario, wouldn't it, Spurs fans?
Well, he wouldn't say no to the Spurs.
How do you know he wouldn't?
Come on.
Why wouldn't he?
I mean, why would you even put that out in the ether?
I don't know.
Come on.
These crazy kids.
Everybody wants to play with Wemby.
Sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the only problem with that, and you're right, and just real quick to put a wrap on, I mean, so teams that suck will never get better. I mean, that's unfortunate. If kids are going to have that much power to decide where they're going to want to go, teams will never get better.
When you're talking about 8-10 million or more,
I'm just saying.
I mean, it's not like 300,000.
Dude, I'm just saying.
One more year of college basketball, living the college life for that kind of money. I mean, when it used to be, I'm just trying to get paid, so I need to go to the pros as quickly as possible. Those days kind of behind us. We'll see. I mean, it's just another factor, something else that you have to think about when you're trying to suck to get into the lottery and go from there.
It's unfortunate that happens. I said the same thing with John Elway and other guys that wouldn't go. Eli Manning, same thing. Team drafts you. That's the way it works.
Yeah.
Go play for them. Make them better.
Mm-hmm. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. Sam has his spring line on display right now in his showroom, so if you need some new golf shirts made with your logo, fishing shirts, any kind of shirt, go see Sam. He's got all the big-name brands like North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, Under Armour, to name a few. If you need any caps made, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations in stock on display right now in his showroom waiting for your logo. And he's got all the popular cap brands as well, Katie Caps, Nike, Cap America, the Richardson 112 style trucker caps in stock. If you need T-shirts, screen printed, go see Sam. If you need uniforms, Sam has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all different kinds of industries. Nobody has better pricing, and Sammy is the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too big, certainly no order too small. So call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro. It's about a mile inside Loop 410, right there next to the big lots across from McDonald's. Or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet? RV wins! Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach? RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
Get ready to play in the street. Ciclovia returns to the Broadway route on Sunday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This YMCA of Greater San Antonio community fitness event takes over the streets for cycling, walking, and safe, healthy fun. Visit ciclovia.org for more details.
San Antonio, are you ready? The 2025 NCAA Men's Final Four is coming to the Alamo City. The NCAA Men's Final Four Fan Fest, presented by Capital One, brings fun for all ages. Fan Fest is a sports wonderland of interactive games with celebrity and athlete appearances, giveaways, and much more. Come ready to play April 4th through the 7th at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. The event is free for kids 12 and under, Capital One card holders, military personnel, and 2025 Final Four ticket holders. Visit ncaa.com/men's Final Four.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
The Basketball Madness headquarters is always at Twin Peaks, and the Blitz is live this Thursday and Friday to cover all the action.
This Thursday, we're at Twin Peaks Park North, and Friday, we're at the Westover Hills location.
Catch all the madness in the best seats in the house with the lovely ladies of Twin Peaks. Happy hour food and drink specials along with the frosty 29-cent drafts.
It's this Thursday. The Blitz is live 2 to 6 at Twin Peaks Park North, and then Friday, we're doing it again at Twin Peaks Westover Hills. Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist, with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
It is almost baseball season, and, well, this will make you think it is. The Houston Astros have named Framber Valdez the opening day starter for the 4th consecutive season. The Rangers are going to go with Nathan Eovaldi to open up the season for them. Former Cowboys wide receiver Michael Gallup, who recently unretired, he's scheduled to visit with the Seahawks. He's already had one with the Commanders. Guy's only 29 years old.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Opening day of Major League Baseball, a little more than a week away.
How about that? Although they're kind of stupid, isn't it?
Here
what
we
they're
go.
Doing in Japan.
Here we go.
I mean, honestly, here we go. Is that the dumbest thing ever? You're going to play real games in Japan, then come back and play some games that aren't real, and then start your season.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, start and stop.
It's totally ridiculous.
I mean, did you wake up to watch those? No.
No. Did you?
No. No, I don't give it.
I don't even think Dodger fans would wake up to watch that.
I don't know. I think they probably did. And there's a certain Dodger player that probably had a whole bunch of people awake watching. Or over there. I get why they do that. And there's no other way to do it. It's not like they can go there and then be back to not have a gap in their season. But it ain't for us. I can promise you that.
No.
You know, so that's why we say Major League Baseball opens next Thursday. You know, last night hanging out at the Rue Pub, there was this guy bending my ear about the trip to Vegas. CircaLasVegas.com, promo code Blitz. I don't know that. I mean, and again, you know, I get it. You're asking all kinds of questions, but I was like, dude, just book your room already. It was weird. Like, what's the restaurants like? What are the rooms like? What are their like? Dude, they got a whole website with photos, but just book your room and go find out. It's incredible.
It's a great place.
How do they keep the pool temperature wise? Is it too cold to be in the pool? I'm like, dude, the pool's great.
I love Circa, but I'm not sure I know the inner workings of how they do everything there.
Well, I mean,
seriously.
I mean, to a degree. I mean, just the questions that this guy had about trying to book a room because he's not been to Circa, and I, you know, the pool's great, the scenery is fantastic. And I've been in that pool in August, and somehow that water is not boiling. It's cold. And I've been in that pool in March, and somehow they've got it heated. And somehow it gets clean like every half second. You know, the technology around that pool is incredible. All 6 of those pools there at Stadium Swim. The rooms are great.
It's awesome.
The restaurants are great. They've got a restaurant there, Berry Steakhouse, phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
They've got this other restaurant called 9 East or 8 East, something like that. Best brisket fried rice I've ever had. Can't wait to get there and get that brisket fried rice.
Yeah.
Got a place called Saginow's. We'll be there for breakfast every day.
Saginow's is good, and probably 2 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Because it's open 24 hours.
Yes, it is.
So that's a good thing. Everything's good there. I mean, it really is. And I bet the rooms are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's no reason. If that's what you're worried about, there's no reason not to book your room and head out with us.
Well, it's almost like the guy was trying to figure out what the catch is. Like, there's no catch. We're just going out there to party.
That's it.
You don't have to do anything. We're not going to make you go sit in a seminar for 3 hours on a Saturday. We're not doing anything like that. We're going to gather around and drink beer and have fun with our listeners on Saturday, but there's no seminar or sales thing attached to it. Just book your room.
That's it.
This guy had more questions.
Come out and have a good time. They're going to treat you right, I promise.
Absolutely.
You're going to want to go back.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I can't wait.
Next Thursday.
Yeah.
We'll be out there at Circa Las Vegas. You got
can't
time?
Wait.
Book your room, book your flight, meet us out there. Promo code Blitz at circalasvegas.com, or if you go to sasportstar.com, click on the Circa link deal, and it will take you right to the discount page. Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
Last night's Knicks Heat game at the Garden, it got delayed because actor Tracy Morgan got sick.
Puked all over the floor.
You know, we have seen things happen courtside. Happened to a Spurs-Grizzlies game earlier this year in Memphis. You know, guy had a heart attack, and they were doing life-saving measures, delayed the start of the game. You know, that kind of stuff happens. But when you're famous like Tracy Morgan and you puke all over the floor, that's going to make a lot of news, and it does. And it was strange because not only was he sick, throwing up sick, but he also had a bloody nose. And it was like, what the hell's going on with Tracy Morgan? Turns out he's at least saying right now he had food poisoning.
Well, and I'm pretty sure if he had food poisoning, it was coming out the other end too. Yeah. I mean, so I hope they had to clean that seat.
They didn't say anything about him pooping his pants.
Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, it's all about throwing up and.
You've had food poisoning before.
Well, sure.
It usually exits from every orifice you have.
There's nothing worse than sitting down while throwing up at the same time.
It's horrible.
But we've all been there,
yes,
unfortunately.
We have. So
just not courtside at the Garden.
So my assumption is, and food poisoning, it takes a minute, right? It takes a little. So he didn't get the food poisoning from the Garden food.
You don't know that?
Well, I don't know that, but I'm assuming it wouldn't happen like that. I mean, how long does food poisoning take?
Well, I guess it depends, but, you know, if he went early and they have a fancy club for the rich people and, you know, if he was having an early dinner there and then it just hits him, maybe he had a couple of car bomb shots since it was St. Patrick's Day. Who knows?
Could be.
But he is saying it was food poisoning.
All right. Yeah, and he was in a hospital bed getting all hydrated.
Yes.
Which is another reason why I know it was not just the mouth exit.
Here we go.
That dude was.
Your fascination with people in poop.
I'm just saying. Well, no, I'm just saying. I mean, let's just be honest. You get food poisoning, it's bad.
There is no pictures or video of him pooping his pants.
You want to see pictures of that?
I don't want to see pictures of him throwing up either, yet we did. Right?
I'm just saying.
I mean, he was wheeled out, so no way to visually identify what Reinagel is assuming.
Did he have dark pants on? Nobody knows.
Nobody cares except you.
I'm not sure.
Except you.
I'm just trying to get to
you
the
sick.
I'm a journalist.
What?
You got to get to the bottom of what's happening. No pun intended.
Yes.
You're a dumb butt.
LeBron James can't seem to do anything right when it comes to Bronny. Last night, I was long asleep when this happened, but Bronny actually made a three-pointer against the Spurs.
Wow.
And now the internet's mad at LeBron for not celebrating. He sat there on the bench and acted like he had been there before.
He did clap. You know, I mean, he did clap. So, I mean, I don't know what
he didn't stand up and cheer. And, oh, yeah. He didn't do that.
Isn't the guy
hurt? If he had done that, he would have been hammered for doing that.
Yeah, I don't understand the fascination with Bronny James anyway.
Bronny has earned it.
The guy played 3 minutes last night in trash time, and he made a three. Yippee-ki-yay. I mean, serious. What is the fascination with Bronny James? Will somebody explain that to me? His father is a hell of a basketball player, one of the greatest of all time. Bronny, it's okay that you're not.
He scored in an NBA game.
Yeah, in trash time. Dude, I'm just saying.
How much would you be hammering LeBron right now if he would have stood up and celebrated and waved a towel if, as Bronny made a meaningless three-pointer in trash time?
I would have really been trashing him. The problem, I'm not trashing him now. He did the right thing. His kid made a three. Okay.
In trash time.
In trash time. The
Garbage
game was well over by this time. But it may have been the best 3 minutes of Bronny's life.
Mm-hmm. I hope not.
Unbelievable.
There will be a lot of basketball played over the next several days. The tournament is officially here. Thursday and Friday, the Blitz will be live at Twin Peaks. We'll be at the Park North location on Thursday, 410 and 151 on Friday. And safe bet, you're going to have beer and you're going to have wings here over the next part of the tournament. Beer sales are expected to jump 19%. Wing sales are expected to increase 23%. Roughly 2.3 billion wings are expected to be eaten by fans watching the games during the tournament.
I believe it. I mean, what better snack and drink to have than beer and wings? It's perfect. You think about it. I mean, if you're at Twin Peaks from 11 to, I don't know, when does it all wrap up, 10?
When you can't see anymore.
You need an Uber first and foremost,
yes.
But you're probably going to have a lot of things, wings included. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Always am. It's arguably the best overall sporting event that we have.
When I was reading this article about the wing sales, I mean, the beer sales doesn't surprise me because, sports bars are all going to be packed. Everybody's watching the games. It's that great community event. Thursday, Friday, especially first couple of days of the tournament are just so much fun. Places are packed. But I don't know that I've put together wings as being the food of choice during March Madness. Like Super Bowl, that is a big wing day as well. Is there one sporting event that is more wing-friendly than the other? Now, granted, March Madness is, several days over a month, but I don't know that I've thought, wings in basketball like you do wings in football.
Well, what do you think when you think basketball?
Well, it depends on what bar I'm at, to be honest.
Well, sure.
But, I mean, a 23%. And why is beer only jumping 19% when wings are going up 23%? Because if I'm eating all those wings, I got to wash it down with some cold beer.
I think wings are appropriate for that. If I'm watching games and I'm extending my watching, then maybe some chips and salsa ought to be there to snack on, just like snacky stuff.
Queso.
Queso's good.
Yeah.
Guacamole, that's good. All of those things. But I'm more of a snacker than to sit down and have a big and wings fit that.
Yeah, graze. Good for grazing.
Yes.
Shareable.
Wings fit
sort of.
Yeah.
Unless Pledge is around.
Just don't double dip. No double dipping.
I think that's a given.
Well, I hope so.
I mean, is that something that you feel like you need to remind somebody of?
Yeah, and I will remind you because if I see you double dip and you're at my house, I'm going to be really pissed.
Really pissed, but you are the king of double dipping.
I don't double dip.
Well, I mean, you don't share either. So, I mean, but if it's yours, you can double dip all you want.
If it's yours,
but if it's shareable.
Yes. If it's shareable, then you don't want to do that.
No. As if you got to be reminded.
Well, I hope nobody has to be reminded.
Oh, just Greg Shelton.
Huh. Shelton double dips?
Shelton eats the tails on fried shrimp.
I was telling somebody that story last night. And
why?
I don't know, because it's just weird. That's the weirdest damn thing.
He bites his toenails, too, I'm sure.
Same thing, right?
It's exactly the same thing. Oh, good Lord. Wow. It is the Blitz here on 94.1. San Antonio sports star Mel Kiper's latest mock draft is out. Let's talk about it coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1. San Antonio sports star. as we all get a little bit older, you got to start taking care of your health. If you're feeling a lack of energy or strength, maybe you're a little bit moody, your libido isn't what it used to be, any of these could be caused by low testosterone. You need to go get tested. The answer is simple. Get to Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Their patient-first VIP experience is fast and easy. And I recommend the providers at Synergenics because their personalized therapy goes beyond standard treatments. They have been the go-to experts in TRT for well over a decade. Not all TRT is the same. At Synergenics, you'll get a personally optimized TRT treatment plan from providers who specialize in testosterone therapy. Personalized treatment is key, as not all guys have the same testosterone levels. That's why you want to get to Synergenics. Book that first appointment now. Synergenicshealth.com is the website. They've got locations all over the San Antonio area. Testosterone starts to decline in your 30s, so if you're feeling a loss of energy and drive, it could be low T. Get checked at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss, where they also have affordable GLP-1 weight loss options. Get that VIP treatment with the TRT experts at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Book your first appointment at synergenicshealth.com, SYNERGENX health.com for Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is heading to Vegas, and you're coming with us. Join Jason and Joe from the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas for Mega March, March 27th through the 30th. Catch baseball's opening day and all the hoops action at the world's largest sports book. Then take the party to Stadium Swing with 6 pools and a massive 143-foot screen. Book now at CircaLasVegas.com with promo code BLITZ and join us at Circa Resort and Casino. Sports, sun, spirits, and a sure bet for an unforgettable time.
Hey, it's Adam from County Crows. Come out and see us on the Complete Suites Tour this summer. We'll be joined by our friends, the Gaslight Anthem. It's a summer butter miracle. Guess I should. Old songs, new songs. Come and hang with us.
Saturday, August 2nd, the SB at St. Paul Square. Tickets on sale now at thesb.com. Presented by ATG Entertainment.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
The Gomez Law Firm is one of the most trusted names in personal injury law across the state of Texas. We have Jose here with the Gomez Law Firm to share what makes working with your firm different than others in the area.
You know, we pride ourselves as being an open line of communications. We don't have an automated service. You're not going to ever dial our phone number and get some robot on the other line. You're always going to get a person 24/7. Our principal office is here in San Antonio. Mr. Gomez was born and raised here, practicing law here in San Antonio in his community for 50 years. There are not many attorneys that can say that.
Thank you to the Gomez Law Firm for continuing to fight for our community. The Gomez Law Firm is San Antonio.
If you've been injured, if you've been involved in an accident, you've been involved in a car wreck, call the Gomez Law Firm.
Visit JoeGomezLaw.com. That's JoeGomezLaw.com for one of the most trusted names in personal injury.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
A little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
I'm A.J. Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6. Your early morning wake-up call on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Less than a month away from our Spring Golf Classic presented by Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Playing April 14th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get signed up at sasportstar.com. It benefits the Pan American Golf Association.
Then we just got an update today. Several more teams have entered, so the number's dwindling, and it's dwindling quickly. So they need to get in. If you're thinking about it, do it.
It's $400 for your foursome. That's $100 a player.
Yeah.
So get signed up. sasportstar.com. Just got an email from the Texas Rangers. They have reached an agreement with Fubo. So, because they're on their own Ranger network now. So a lot of fans wondering
Fubo, huh?
Yeah. So I know they're on that Victory Plus deal, and they do have agreements to air games with DirecTV, satellite free streaming, Uverse, Spectrum, and now Fubo added to the mix.
Huh. Well, good for them.
Because we'll think about that in about a week when you're going, I'm used to my Rangers being here, and they're not going to be there anymore.
You know what I'm going to get to watch this year? A lot of Cardinal baseball.
Yes, you will.
Oh, life is good, and so are magic boxes.
Yes, the magic box is the best thing.
It's something else.
Mm-hmm. As you think about the college football world, the NFL world, Bill Belichick has his first big flip, and I'm not talking about his girlfriend on the beach playing airplane. Defensive tackle named Trayshawn Ruffin has flipped. He's leaving or not going to Texas A&M. He had committed to A&M, but now he's going to North Carolina. That is the first big flip for one Bill Belichick.
Well, and a couple of reasons. I'm sure some money was involved, although Texas A&M can compete with anybody. But again, we talked about it when he was hired. If you're thinking you've got a future in the NFL, why not go play for an NFL head coach? Maybe he can teach you the ins and outs of the NFL. He's got connections, whatever the case may be. So a lot of factors going into that decision.
And again, he's Bill Belichick.
Yes.
And that does carry some weight. I'm actually surprised it took this long to get that first big flip that way. So interesting. Now, you think about all the guys in college trying to get to the NFL, mock draft season being exactly what it is. Mel Kiper's got his latest mock draft out. And quite honestly, not all that shocking with everything that he has, except for maybe a top 3 quarterbacks going in the top 10. He's got Cam Ward going number 1 overall to Tennessee, although he even writes in there, still not 100% sure what the Titans do here, because likely they are to trade that pick.
Yeah, well, they may trade it, or they may take Cam Ward. Depends on right now they have no quarterback. Still have Will Levis, but they have no quarterback. So if it looks like, and if I had to guess right now, they're going to take Cam Ward with that number 1 overall pick.
You look at Cleveland at number 2. he's got them taking Abdul Carter.
Good pick for them, I think.
Well, anywhere Carter goes is going to be a good pick. But with them signing Myles Garrett, I almost wonder would a Travis Hunter or a quarterback be a better pick there for the Cleveland Browns? They already have a good defense. They need to help out that offense. So I'm a little surprised that they would go defense there at number 2 if this goes chalk. Shedeur going number 3 to the Giants. That puts Travis Hunter number 4 to the New England Patriots. Ashton Genty, number 6 to the Raiders, so we'll skip down. Yes, Jackson Dart to New Orleans, but Cowboys, again, Genty already off the board in this Mel Kiper draft. They're still going running back. Speaking of North Carolina, the Hampton kid. And Mel has had this in his previous mock drafts as well. He must be hearing something about the Cowboys and their love of this guy to have him in there in back-to-back mock drafts. I mean, one of the reasons you do multiple mock drafts is it's got to be different than the last one you did. And for Mel, it's not, at least when it comes to the Cowboys.
Well, look, I suppose that'd be a good pick. I would rather the Cowboys not use the first round to draft a running back, but if he's there and they like him, well, why not? Again, I just go back to Emmitt Smith when we're talking about Ashton Genty. Cowboys' offensive line isn't ready for a running back yet. But if you've got a guy, he's a rookie, you can keep him for a little while and try to shore things up. So I wouldn't be mad at it. I'd rather they do something else.
For the Houston Texans, this shouldn't surprise you. Mel Kiper has the Texans taking Josh Simmons, the tackle from Ohio State. You figure they're taking an offensive lineman in the first round. If he's the best one available, that's who it's going to be. In Mel's mock, it's Josh Simmons from Ohio State.
It makes perfect sense, right? They're redoing that offensive line, so it makes perfect sense. I like that Matthew Golden, the wide receiver out of Texas, they've got him going to the Chargers. They certainly need a wide receiver, so I think that'd be a good pick for them. And there's some other Texas guys here that are off the board in the first round. I saw another one. I can't find it now.
Well, Kelvin Banks going to Kansas City.
And then you got Shamar Stewart out of Texas A&M going to the Bengals at 17.
Which makes a lot of sense. And again, all those guys I'd like to see in Dallas. I'm surprised, just looking at this, if I'm Houston, would you rather have Kelvin Banks out of Texas or would you rather have Simmons from Ohio State, who missed a lot of last year because of a knee injury, and that's one of the reasons why he's not going higher. How bad is that knee, or how healthy has he gotten that knee? And that's something that's going to be there. But even Mel, writes, that knee injury cost him a big slide in this draft. So probably without the injury, he would be a much higher pick. So if you're Houston, you'd be excited if he's available at 25, depending on the health of that knee, which is a concern for all of these guys, especially at that size.
Well, I'm surprised. Now here's a good example. Now Mel Kiper has that wide receiver from Arizona going to the Denver Broncos at 20.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be a better spot for the Cowboys at 12? I mean, this kid's supposed to be something else, and they still need somebody, even though they've got Paris Campbell.
Stop.
And Jonathan Mingo.
This is where you have to trust your board and your grades. And if Hampton has a higher overall grade than those wide receivers, and I would be surprised, but again, you see mock drafts, this kid from Arizona, there's some mocks where he's in the top 12, and there's some mocks where he's like this one in the top 20. So are you drafting need or best player available? And if you're trusting your board and not going with need, or the other running backs, are there other receivers that are graded closer and the running backs aren't? And that's how the Cowboys, I think, have to approach this. I would much rather not take a running back in the first round, because I feel like this class, and I feel like, and everybody out there that studies this stuff, this is the best running back class that we have seen in years. So you're going to be able to get a good running back, if not a great running back, in the second round, third round, maybe even the fourth round. but it's also loaded at wide receiver. And the way the college game has changed, there are wide receivers left and right. So maybe that's what the Cowboys are thinking is, running back, we need to make sure we hit on it and not take a chance. Wide receivers, there's a lot of them out there.
I mean, if this thing goes as it is, the very next pick at 13 for Miami is a tackle / guard out of LSU who is supposed to be something else. So, do you go for the shiny object or something that you might need?
Best player available. Best player available.
We'll see how it goes. It's fascinating. I still don't see the Saints drafting Jackson Dart with the 9th overall pick. I don't see that. Could happen, but I just don't see that.
I think everybody was shocked last year when Atlanta took Penix. And there will be a move like that. There always is.
Sure.
It's kind of like our tournament brackets. I mean, there's always a shocker somewhere, right? What's it going to be? The Saints need a quarterback, and if they feel like he could be the guy, then maybe they end up going that route. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you go to ESPN.com right now, the big main featured article, The Untold Story of Greg Popovich and the Fight of His Life. Great read by Ramona Shelbourne and Michael C. Wright. Let's talk about it coming up here on the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Whether it's you, a family member, a friend of yours, the best place to call for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Wednesday on the Morning Huddle. Play-ins are active. We'll talk about the games that you look forward to. The Spurs get back to business with the Knicks, and free agency continues. And I'm still alone. Get here early. I need the company. The party starts at 6.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where Groundworks comes in. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Okay, I have to tell you. I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card.
One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
Windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new Gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold.
Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
At Round Table Pizza, our signature ingredients like made-from-scratch dough, our 3-cheese blend, and toppings all the way to the edge create your perfect pizza. Try our new pepperoni, grilled chicken, and bacon pizza, available for a limited time. You can enjoy a large for only $19.99 at participating locations. Plus, pair your pizza with our irresistible shareables. To find your nearest location or to order for pickup or delivery, head to roundtablepizza.com. That's roundtablepizza.com.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jay Semenix. The first four get going tonight.
I know.
You excited about it?
Excited, yes.
The road to San Antonio officially begins. One of the great events during Final Four weekend is the College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championship. Happens April 3rd at the Frost Bank Center. We've got a pair of tickets to give away for that right now. Let's give them to caller number 11. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 11, you're going to the College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championship, April 3rd. Experience tells me there'll be a lot of celebrity judges rolling around that thing.
Yeah, I would think so. It would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Go see that. Just kind of get some flavor of what's happening in college basketball. I love it. So who do you like tonight, St. Francis or Alabama State?
I don't even know the mascots for those two teams.
Well, I'm not sure either. Alabama State is a 3.5-point favorite.
All right, let's go there.
You going to go there? How about North Carolina and San Diego State? UNC is a 4.5-point favorite.
I'd probably say North Carolina because they've been raked over the coals since getting into the tournament. They better win tonight. Although San Diego State's always been one of those teams that kind of sneaky good.
Yeah.
So of the two, that one's probably going to be the more entertaining game. But it's always fun this time of year when you see colleges that you've never heard of, or I think they've been in the tournament before, but I couldn't tell you where they are. Like, I don't know where St. Francis is. I don't know what their mascot is.
You know, I guess it's good for St. Francis and Alabama State, but, I mean, honestly, what's the point? Whoever wins tonight's going to get smoked.
Those kids are getting the experience. That's the point. And, you know, you've seen a 16 upset a 1 before. It's happened.
Once?
It's happened. So there's a chance that it could happen.
Yeah, there's a chance. Yeah, sure.
But if you're going to St. Francis, you've got this opportunity. The possibility that anything could happen. St. Francis says PA next to it, so I'm guessing this is the St. Francis team out of Pennsylvania. They are the Red Flash.
The Red Flash.
The Red Flash.
Nice.
SFU.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm assuming the winner of that game is slated to get smoked by Auburn.
That is correct.
Okay.
Now, if you're Alabama State, if you play for those Hornets, the Alabama State Hornets, sounds more like a Little League soccer team. You want to go against those guys at Auburn.
You do?
You probably played high school ball against some of those guys.
Yeah, well, you don't like them. They're Auburn.
That's it.
You're Alabama. You got Alabama in your name.
Well, you're Alabama State.
Well, same
Don't
thing.
get that confused.
Yeah, you got Alabama in your name. So you automatically don't like Auburn.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that.
They don't like Auburn? Come on.
I mean,
it's the enemy.
Mm-hmm. Auburn didn't recruit those guys.
No.
Alabama State went 19-15. They were fourth in the SWAC.
The SWAC.
The SWAC.
Yes, that's good.
St. Francis on the year was 16-17.
Wow.
I mean, they don't even have a winning record. They were fourth in the NEC. So I'm taking Alabama State tonight.
Well, so I'm assuming they won their
conference tournament.
Conference tournament.
Yeah.
So they're hot at the right time.
Well, you could say that. The NEC includes Central Connecticut, Long Island University, Mercyhurst, Fairleigh Dickinson, Stonehill, Wagner, Lemoyne, and Chicago State.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Chicago State and Lemoyne each went 4-12 in conference play. Chicago State was 4-28 overall. Tough conference.
Tough.
And you look at a team like Central Connecticut, 14-2 in conference, screwed up in the tournament. They're not in. But St. Francis, the Red Flash, are. I wonder if Red Panda will be the halftime entertainment for the Red Flash.
I heard she's coming to one of the games or one of the regions.
Saw her at the SEC tournament, still doing her thing.
Yeah, she's great. I used to love it when she would do halftime at the Spurs games.
Always entertaining.
Always.
Speaking of the Spurs, ESPN.com, great feature article, The Untold Story of Greg Popovich and the Fight of His Life. Then you click in, and the headline says, it's Pop's decision. He's earned that. In a very long, in-depth article. I mean, if you're like Joe and you're reading this in a little room by yourself, your legs are going to be asleep by the time you get to the end, if you know what I mean. It's a long read.
Yeah.
This is not a quick read, but it is very well done. Props to Michael C. Wright and Ramona Shelbourne, the co-byline on this article. Goes into a lot of great deal about what happened the day of the stroke, how the Spurs players were kind of kept in the dark initially, and then what it was like when Pop met with the team earlier this week or earlier this month. Very in-depth piece because there's still no indication on what the Spurs are going to do at the head coaching position, although it is clear Pop is doing everything he can to return to the bench. And part of me thinks that that's his motivation right now through the rehab process. In this article, it says that he is ahead of schedule 5 months after the stroke, where most people in a similar kind of stroke scenario would take them 9 months to get to. And to me, it's that determination to get back to coaching that is driving him to kick ass during his rehab.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see because he also goes on in this article and tells, I believe it was Keldon Johnson, when they met, or one of the players, it may not have been Keldon, but one of the players, that if he can't be 100%, he's not going to do this team any good. So there's that. So Greg Popovich, just being the pro that he is, he wants to make sure that he can still be a 100% participant in coaching this team and not 75% or 80%. So I don't know when that will happen or when we'll find that out, but that's Pop's threshold, right? It's got to be 100%. If he's not coming back.
You know, the reality is, and you look at Mitch Johnson as being the interim coach. According to this, there has long been a succession plan in place for the better part of the decade. Each summer, Pop would take them some time to digest the season and see if the fire is still there. Buford and company would wait for word, trusting that Pop would always be honest enough with himself to do what was best for the organization. Over the years, says half dozen assistant coaches were talked about as potential successors, whether it be Mike Brown, Coach Bud, Brett Brown, but they've all gone to other jobs. And you look at Budenholzer right now, you wonder if he's going to get fired in Phoenix. You look at Mike Brown and what he has done away from the Spurs organization and wonder if they would be back. Monty Williams, Taylor Jenkins, Ime Udoka, Becky Hammond's name is mentioned, even Steve Kerr.
Even Steve Kerr.
Even Steve Kerr.
Well, and again, to me, that would be like number one on my list. No offense to anybody else, but if the Spurs could get Steve Kerr in here to develop this young ball club, I think that would be ideal. If not, I have a feeling it looks like Budenholzer is not going to be around Phoenix after this year. Phoenix still has designs on keeping Kevin Durant for whatever reason, and apparently he and Bud aren't getting along too well right now. So we'll see what happens there, but I could see that happening. And gosh, I mean, Budenholzer was Pop's first assistant for what, 14 years?
A long time.
Long time. So I could see that. He would slide in, same philosophy, most likely, with some tweaks. But it will be interesting to see. I agree with the headline of this. Look, it's Pop's call. He's earned that right. I get that. But at some point in time, that call's going to have to be made. And we've still, 20 games or so before the end of the regular season. So it doesn't have to be made now, but certainly it's going to have to be made shortly thereafter.
The idea that Pop still has control of that decision, to me, is a little bit surprising. And I say that is when before the stroke, Pop would, and Pop used to say he was going to retire when Tim Duncan did, right?
He did.
And if Pop really does, year to year, take the time to see if that fire is still there, or see in the Holtz, trust that he's doing what is best for the organization. I don't know if that has changed because of the stroke, because we know Pop wants to come back. And Pop, will he do what's best for the organization, or if he thinks he can, but can he? Can he deal with the travel and the stress level and everything that goes along with it? Now, I would like to think that Pop has earned the right to make that decision, but at some point a decision has to be made, and I don't know when you're recovering from a stroke if he can meet a deadline. If Peter Holt and RC say, all right, we need to know by May 1st or May 25th or, when they start the draft process, because if they go outside and find a replacement, well, what does that new coach want? Whether it's somebody that has Spurs ties, but if they name a new head coach, that new head coach is going to do it his way, not Pop's way. I can't imagine that they would go into this draft and this very important offseason with an interim coach still trying to figure out, is Greg Popovich going to get healthy enough to come back and resume this job?
Well, I hope they don't do that. Look, but Pop says it himself, and I believe him, and I honestly believe this is what he's going to stick to. And so there's got to be a point in time. He says, if I can't be 100% myself, I'm doing everybody a disservice. He's not going to hurt this ball club just because he wants to come back. If he doesn't think he can do the job, he's going to be out and let somebody else take over. I believe that wholeheartedly. I just think Pop is invested. He's invested 30 years of his life into this franchise, and he's not going to do anything that's going to hurt this club. So Pop will make that decision. He knows what the deadlines are. Greg Popovich isn't stupid. He knows, right? He knows the draft's coming up. The lottery's coming up. All of that stuff's coming up, and he will make that call sooner rather than later.
And he certainly earned the right to make that decision, but circumstances can change that. And in Pop we trust, and that's been a mantra around this city for decades. But the reality is, at this point, they have to make a decision ultimately by whatever timeline they've given. And I do think Pop would be on board with that. But thinking about his rehab, reading that he's ahead of schedule for most stroke patients in a situation like this, and I said it then. I mean, when there was talk about he was trying to come back this year, you go through the rehab process, and anybody that's had any family that's been in rehab, if they've got a goal, that helps them. That motivates them through rehab. If they don't have a goal, it's a slower process, and Pop isn't a woe is me kind of guy anyway. Why is this happening? So let's tackle what we need to do and get it done. And I really do think that had this team played better and Wemby not have the situation that he's dealing with, that I think the effort was there that he would come back and coach this season until they realized, this team ain't going anywhere.
Well, and
focus on your health.
Well, he's not ready.
Yeah.
He's not ready to come back. So I think that's more important than not important, but that was more of the decision than that the team's not playing well. I mean, this guy, he's just not ready to come back, and I don't think anybody can say otherwise. You read this article, how he was talking slowly, still, and more deliberate. That's the players describing this. So, Pop will make that decision. I'm not worried about it. He's going to do what's best for this franchise.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Certainly a great read. Go read it there at ESPN.com. Coming up in the 4 o'clock hour, a lot of Cowboys talk, NFL news. Aaron Rodgers, how welcome is he going to be in Pittsburgh if he actually decides there? Cam Hayward with some very interesting comments. We'll get into all of that, plus some more Papa Roach tickets to give away here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. Your lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh. Did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
George gets justice. No amount of money can make up for a life-changing injury. I'm George Salinas, and at George Salinas Injury Lawyers, our team of attorneys will fight to get you the maximum compensation because we prepare and we care. So if you've been injured in an accident, get George. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com.
George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, millions of men experience ED, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. At HIMSS, our own board-certified urologist, Dr. Peter Stahl, knows this better than anyone, and he knows that HIMSS can help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS.
Through HIMSS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs. Options at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% less than brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
The most exciting weekend in college basketball starts here. Don't miss the 2025 State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships. Witness the nation's top dunkers and sharpshooters battle it out live in person. One epic night of unbelievable skill and electrifying energy. Thursday, April 3rd at the Frost Bank Center. Tickets are going fast. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com. See you April 3rd for the State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships. The most exciting weekend in college basketball starts here. One night, pure action. Don't miss it.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Rock's Discount Vitamins and More wants to thank God and San Antonio for making Rock's the king of supplements. Are you losing weight, building muscle, or just getting healthy? Rock's has you covered. Weight loss and muscle building packages starting at just $75. Plus, get a free in-body scan in 15 seconds with the In-Body 270 analysis. Start tracking your results today. The pros at Rock's know their products, how they work, and what's best for your health and fitness goals. Call 210-342-7625 or visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The NCAA tournament play gets underway tonight. It's the first set of the first four games. 16 seeds battle. St. Francis taking on Alabama State. That's followed by 11 seeds, North Carolina and San Diego State. You can hear all the action right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Former Cowboys wide receiver Michael Gallup wants to play again. He's already had a visit with the Washington Commanders. Next up, the Seattle Seahawks.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
And the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy. It's Taco Tuesday, but it's also National Sloppy Joe Day.
I'm thinking Sloppy Joe. Yeah, everybody can do a taco on a Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday!
I'm thinking, Sloppy Joe. It's been a while. Easy to make. If you got hamburger meat, take it out, fry it up, manwich, boom.
Manwich.
Put it on a bun, and you're golden.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lay's potato chips with that.
I think that is the key part. 1, the bread, and 2, what kind of chips pair with your sandwich.
Yeah.
A Sloppy Joe, it is the yellow bag Lay's potato chips.
Yeah, I think so. Or, some Fritos might be all right, too.
No, Fritos would be good.
Fritos would be good.
Although you could put the Fritos on the sandwich.
You could?
Yeah, I think that'd be the move right there.
That might not be big. You could put Lay's on there, too.
I mean, you could. But that just gives you crunch.
Yeah?
I think the Frito on the Sloppy Joe sandwich adds to the overall flavor, not just the crunch effect.
Well, so you're thinking Frito pie.
Well, to a degree.
In a way.
It would be a bit of an offshoot of that, but yeah. You could be working with something there.
Why does Pledge want a picture of me tonight if I get a Sloppy Joe? I'm just wondering. You don't believe me?
See, Joe might want a Sloppy Joe, but what does Maggie want?
That's exactly right. Joe could get overruled very, very quickly.
Could?
Yes. So we'll see what's on there. But you know what? I can go get the stuff. If she doesn't want one, guess lunch is made tomorrow.
Yeah?
Sloppy. Make them extra sloppy for you.
It's so bizarre because, various comments on our YouTube channel, and they're interesting there at the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Some of the tweets. I don't know that I've had a Sloppy Joe since I got out of the Navy.
I can't tell. I've had one since then. Obviously, not since I got out of the Navy, but I've had one recently.
Like how recent?
Well, I say recently.
Have you had one in the last 10 years?
I can't think of the last one I had. No, probably is the answer to that.
Why is it there are some meals out there that you hear that, like some dudes texted and said it's Sloppy Joe Day, right? They're like, dude, I haven't thought about Sloppy Joes in forever. But I don't have a bad memory of Sloppy Joes. I don't think about them like, oh, I wouldn't have that, right? But I don't see them on menus. And I've never, you know what, honey, let's have Sloppy Joes for dinner. It's like, just don't. I mean, it's one of those things like school lunches. Those were a big thing. Military, that was a big thing.
Yeah.
When I was in the Navy. But as an adult, no, I haven't thought about having a Sloppy Joe in forever, yet they have a day. Today is Sloppy Joe Day.
Well, I see, that bothers me, too, because you listed off about 10 things that today is apparently.
Well, there's a calendar out there. There's a website that lists all the different days.
According to who?
Well,
I mean, this is not like an official thing that,
is.
A president down the line said it's an official Sloppy Joe Day today.
The National Day Calendar. You can look at this every day and see what's on there for today. It's also National Awkward Moments Day.
Awkward moments.
Awkward moments, which is there. Today, March 18th. It's also National Supreme Sacrifice Day.
Say, what the hell does that mean?
I don't know. It's National Ag Day. National Lacy Oatmeal Cookie Day, and National Biodiesel Day.
Biodiesel Day. So biodiesel has its own day.
Well, of course. If Sloppy Joes can have a day, the biodiesel types want a day like the ag people. Sloppy Joe apparently has a song.
That's a good Adam Sandler song, man.
Yeah.
The old Saturday Night Live skit. But then he did it on Billy Madison, too, right? So you had the Sloppy Joe lady that I'll make them extra sloppiest for you.
Uh-huh. Good Lord.
You scaring me, lady. I love that movie, by the way. It's a great movie.
I'm cheating. I'm looking ahead. Tomorrow is National Backyard Day.
The hell does that mean? Backyard Day.
I don't know. It could be all kinds of things.
Use your imagination, Joe.
Dude, I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning, and I'm just going to put it out I'm going to make up something. It's National Pigs Day. I don't know, something.
I'm sure pigs have a day. Tomorrow, I don't even know what this means, but it's National SBDC Day.
SBDC.
Yeah, I'm not clicking on that.
By the way, Saturday, March 1st was National Pig Day. You missed it.
It was, so I missed it already.
But you had bacon, I'm sure. So tomorrow is also National Certified Nurses Day. It's National Let's Laugh Day. And
Let's Laugh Day.
And it's got a picture of 4 old people laughing while drinking coffee. It's lovely.
Okay, that's great.
Wearing coats. It's so bad. And tomorrow is also National Chocolate Caramel Day.
Uh-huh. I'm going to look at that calendar and find that there's something that's not
Tomorrow's
there.
also National Poultry Day.
Poultry.
So
we had to eat chicken.
I mean, yeah, but why don't they just call it Chicken Day?
Well,
because it's poultry.
It could be turkey. It could be a stuffed hen.
A stuffed hen, like a Cornish game hen?
Cornish hen. It could be. You know, I don't know. Somebody might want rooster.
I'm telling you, this National Day calendar is kind of an interesting website. As I'm reading more about National Backyard Day, it's founded in October 2021 by National Day Calendar and Zyrtec. Yes, the allergy medicine decided we're going to have a backyard day. Get y'all out there, get the sniffles, and buy some Zyrtec.
A backyard day. That's just outrageous.
Well, I mean, you're grilling outside. There's all kinds of things you could do.
Well, on a Wednesday?
Sure. I'm going to grill tonight.
Well, it's not Wednesday.
No, but I'm grilling tonight. No, I'm got some fajitas ready to go for Taco Tuesday because I didn't know it was Sloppy Joe Day.
Now, is that technically a taco?
I mean, I'm using outside skirt steak. It's marinating right now, and I'll make fajita tacos.
I don't think that counts. It's got to be a crispy taco. That's the rules.
What if you want a soft taco?
No, it can't do it.
What if you want a taco salad?
Nope. Got to be a crispy.
It's got to be.
Has to be a crispy taco.
Can I put fajita meat in a crispy taco shell?
No. No.
Well, see, I mean, nobody does that, but why not?
Because you can't.
Well, you can.
It's against the rules.
Against whose rules?
Against everybody that has a Taco Tuesday. It's against the rules. You can't do it.
I don't know about that.
It's got to be tacos with hamburger meat inside, a little lettuce, tomato, and cheese.
So that's the only way you can do a taco?
Well, you can't have tomatoes, so you can leave those off.
All right, good. Because otherwise I'd be all like Tracy Morgan courtside at the Knicks game.
Yeah, so you can't.
Both ends.
Taco Tuesday, and somebody backed me up on this, it's got to be crispy taco.
They don't have to be crispy tacos.
Preferably from Dairy Queen.
Oh, jeez. Can you sound any whiter, my friend?
Whiter? You know how I feel about Dairy Queen tacos. Come on.
I mean, straight tacos, fantastic, never crispy.
I guess street, do those count?
It's called street tacos. Tacos in the name.
A fajita taco is called that too. I'm just saying.
So if you go into Taco Bell, you can get a crispy taco or a soft taco.
You can.
They don't care. When you go to any random Mexican restaurant and you order tacos, you can say, "Can I get those crispy or soft?" They're going to do what you ask as long as it's a taco, right?
Well, they will, but that doesn't make it an official Taco Tuesday. So I just Googled the official rules.
Yes. Let's Google the official rules.
Because the internet hasn't been wrong yet today.
Well, there aren't any official rules for Taco Tuesday beyond the general understanding that it's a day to enjoy tacos, often with special deals or promotions at restaurants.
Okay.
Well, they're wrong.
They're wrong.
Obviously, again, the internet's wrong.
Yes, because the internet disagrees with Joe Reinagel.
Yes.
Tacos are
crispy tacos.
It's not called Crispy Taco Tuesday.
Well,
it's just Taco Tuesday.
It should be crispy.
By the way, National SBDC Day.
Yeah.
Small Business Development Centers.
We need a National SOB Day.
Yeah. That's every day for you, Joe.
That'd be the poster child.
Yeah. It does fit. You're having awkward moments on National Awkward Moment Day.
I just think there should be rules for Taco Tuesday because we get willy-nilly like this all over the place.
Well, I mean, look. Like Valerie Romo just tweets in, I always associated Taco Tuesday with any taco, especially a mini taco. So, like, if she goes to Jack in the Box and get those mini tacos, depending on who the cook is, they're either going to be kind of soft or kind of crispy or overly crispy, right? Does that count?
So I can go to Jack in the Box and get those little mini, and that counts.
It's a taco.
No, dude, that's not right.
If it's got taco in the name, it counts.
It doesn't.
Why not?
It's got to be a crispy beef taco. Period.
What if you wanted a chicken taco? What if you wanted a bean and cheese taco?
I'm trying to.
What
make
if you wanted a breakfast taco?
Trying to make this. It's not national. It's not Taco Breakfast Taco Day, Tuesday.
Well, it's national. It's Taco Tuesday. Any taco will do.
Whatever, dude. You do you. Because I'm going to have crispy tacos, and that's it.
I thought you were having a sloppy Joe.
Well, I might have that too. Who knows?
If you took your sloppy Joe fixins and put them in a crispy tortilla shell, you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Especially, I mean, depending on what all you indulge in a little bit later, you get those Dorito crispy taco shells. And then add your sloppy Joe mix.
No.
It seems like a late night menu item at Jack in the Box.
I don't want
a
Doritos.
Sloppy taco.
I don't want Doritos taco shells.
Have you ever had them?
I have. I'd rather not. My wife is a huge fan of Taco Bell, so.
Yeah?
Yeah. Huge. I'm just saying, you guys do you, but I'm going to be official and have crispy tacos on Taco Tuesday.
Official.
Y'all want to be fake, go be fake.
You know, there's a place over on Blanco called Taco Boulevard.
Okay.
It's called Taco Boulevard.
All right.
And they have these mini tacos in there that are incredible.
Uh-huh.
And you're saying those aren't official tacos?
No, they're mini tacos. How is that an official tacos when it has mini in it?
It's called Taco Boulevard. It's the name of the restaurant.
Jason,
and you get tacos in there.
It's very simple.
Tacos are in the menu item.
Very simple.
What?
It's not Taco Mini Tuesday.
It's Taco Tuesday. Any taco will do.
It's not mini.
It's
Taco
not National
Tuesday.
Crispy Taco Day.
You do. You want to do it wrong? Do it wrong.
National Crispy Taco Day. You would have that, but that's not what this is.
Just if you want to do it wrong,
it's just a random Taco Tuesday.
Do it wrong.
Somebody
That's
tell
fine.
Ryan Eagle he's wrong on
Do it
Twitter
wrong.
at Joe Reinagel 210.
Y'all do it wrong.
At
That's
Jason
fine.
Minix. Can we get a poll up? What classifies as an official taco?
Does anybody know how to do a poll now?
Yeah, Pledge, can you put a poll up? Have we lost the ability to do polls?
Hey, Ryan, if you're listening.
His access is no longer
no
valid.
longer there, right?
He can't sign in anymore.
Goodness gracious. It'd be a perfect opportunity for a poll.
On your taco.
Always.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, Fred Villarreal. Who would order a mini taco? Not him. I'm just saying that's
you
Fred.
love mini tacos.
Dude, I do, but not on a Taco Tuesday.
Oh.
There's a difference.
And street tacos don't count?
No. Good old-fashioned crispy.
We have a poll up on our
Look
YouTube.
at that. Who did that?
Go
Is
to
that you?
a Pledge.
How about that, Pledge?
He knows how to do this, huh?
Now we know.
Now we know. Now Brian Engel's going to be calling for a poll left and right.
That's right. Give me a poll.
Mm-hmm.
I took a poll.
Somebody
just told me to go to the Root Pub and have some stiffies. Speaking of polls.
Well, that poll won't last very long.
Well, I kept drinking them.
Yes, you did.
Very delicious.
Yes, yes, you did. Now, depending on how many tacos you have today, whether they're mini tacos, whether they're street tacos, whether they're crispy tacos, whether they are crispy, soft, or you go sloppy Joe, no matter what it is, if you want to avoid having to work in a bunch of sit-ups to pay for that, you need to go see Dr. Connie Heyer's Plastic Surgery and Med Spa and do a Neo M Sculpt, something that Joe and I both did We did 6 sessions each. It's crazy the difference that you see when you go in and takes 30 minutes. They hook up the machine to your belly, and it does all the work. I took a nap during every session, but it's crazy how well this worked.
You know, I can't wait to go. I've got an appointment on Monday to go in and do the after picture.
Oh, yeah?
I did a before picture. Now you do the after picture, and I'm going to notice a hell of a difference. It really is incredible how it keeps working. Even after your sessions, your body memorizes that. Or I don't know how it works, but it works, and it's fantastic. If you want to get rid of that gut before pool and beach season, you need to go see Dr. Connie Hires.
Yep, 210-494-8446 is the phone number. Tell them the Blitz sent you. If you're doing this for you, the lady in your life, and they have all kinds of other services that they offer there that will certainly help. And in the month of March, a mommy makeover, $2,000 off of that. A tummy tuck, $1,000 off. They've got a great special on liposuction as well. They do awake liposuction. It's just fantastic. And again, summer's right around the corner. You think about we're already late March. Valero Texas Open is right around the corner. We were in a meeting earlier, and Rob Thompson said, Valero Texas Open is kind of the signpost that summer is here. It's shorts season, and you want to look better, get rid of that dad bod. Dr. Connie Hires will make sure that happens.
Give her a call, 210-494-8446, or visit findyourbeautiful.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count, because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team: Southern Recipe Small Batch.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sports book. Plus, the ultimate March hoops
experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at circalasvegas.com. And join Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino.
The Valero Texas Open is a can't-miss event. Here's your chance to enjoy food, drinks, and the world's best PGA Tour pros as they tee it up at TPC San Antonio. You won't want to miss the next defining, unexpected, and winning moments at the Valero Texas Open. Proceeds help us continue a long-standing tradition of giving back to our community. Buy tickets on ValeroTexasOpen.com and join us April 3rd through the 6th.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on at 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along. Radio, one of the apps, online, YouTube. Reinagel getting destroyed in the YouTube chat right now with your ridiculous comment on qualifying tacos. One of the better comments was along the lines of, Joe's wrong a lot, but never more wrong than right now.
Well, I don't know who's that, your brother?
No.
I don't know.
George Romero. Joe, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Tacos come all sorts of sizes and flavors. You're in San Antonio.
Who the hell's George Romero?
I don't know. He's a guy on the chat.
George, you want to be wrong, be wrong. That's fine.
The poll right now is 89% to 11. Is Taco Tuesday only for crunchy tacos? This might be the most lopsided poll we've ever done.
I was wrong. You were right. No, I'm not admitting that. Absolutely not. You guys do Taco Tuesday your way. I'm doing crunchy.
Manuel Gonzalez. Joe is wrong a lot, but he has never been more wrong than today.
Hey, you guys do it wrong. That's fine.
You just can't offend tacos. Right?
I'm not offending anybody.
Well, I think you are. I think the poll is saying that. I mean, you think about people and their food and their food choices.
Am I triggering you people on YouTube? You poor people. Please. And Bill Miller does not count as a sloppy Joe, by the way, Hector. Not even close.
Like chopped beef?
No. That's not a sloppy
It's not
Joe.
a sloppy
No.
Joe.
There's a big difference.
Big.
See that? And Sam, I want DQ tacos now. And steak finger basket in a blizzard.
Sounds like Pledge is ordering for Sam.
You see that?
Now, I have tried. You like 3 years ago, you brought some Dairy Queen tacos.
I did.
And they were good.
Yes. They're good.
But if I walk into Dairy Queen, I'm getting a steak finger basket.
Well, their steak fingers aren't quite up to speed.
Up to speed?
Now, no, because they're you got a lot to learn, Minix.
Oh, I do, huh?
You do.
Please tell me.
Now, you go down to the Dairy Burger in Alice.
Well, I'm not driving all the way to Alice, Texas. I've never been to Alice, Texas.
Try their steak fingers, and I'm telling you, Willie's, great steak fingers. That Dairy Queen's like too much, stuff on top, crust.
That's the good part, sir.
No,
and then the gravy. And your Willie's may or may not still have steak fingers on the menu, and they are good. But if you're going somewhere for like a to-go lunch or a quick lunch, Dairy Queen is right there, the Texas stop sign. You know, Willie's is more of a dinner spot for me, not lunch. So when you think about strips, steak strips in particular, Dairy Queen is solid in that area.
Well, I'm not ordering that. Now, their chicken fingers are good.
So you just don't like steak fingers?
Well, not from Dairy Queen.
If I'm getting chicken strips, I'm probably not going to Dairy Queen. I'd probably go to Cane's or to Bush's.
Well, I probably would too. But the point is, I'm not eating steak fingers at Dairy Queen.
Because of your dairy burger love?
No, it's just they're not very good.
Oh, see, I disagree. I think they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Pledge, do you have that Jamar Chase audio? Not yet? All right.
what Pledge is doing. You have any clue?
Not a clue.
No, me either.
Not a clue.
Huh.
But Jamar Chase is offending all kinds of people all over Cincinnati in his press conference, because there are cities out there that aren't good food cities. I think Phoenix is one that isn't a great food city. In fact, it got destroyed at Super Bowl a couple of years ago because of their overall restaurant quality. But Jamar Chase just locked up a record deal with Cincinnati.
Yes.
And he's having a press conference today. And now you wonder why he wanted a lot of money to go continue to live in Cincinnati.
For me, I like Cincinnati because it gives me the opportunity to come here and focus. You know, I'm not distracted out here. It's not too many things to get me, off pace out here, and it's strictly what I'm focused on. That's really tunnel vision for me to play football. So, at the end of the day, the food's not the best. We could work on that, but I'm from New Orleans. I'm not used to the food yet. But, overall, honestly, I just think that's the biggest picture for me, is that I don't have no distractions here, and I can just play football. And my quarterback's here. And T here.
And my quarterback's here. Yeah, hey, I don't know. Cincinnati, it's a big city, right?
Yeah.
I've never been to Cincinnati, so I don't know.
But now they're famous for their Skyline chili, which is spaghetti sauce.
Chili.
They call it chili. Skyline chili is very famous in Ohio. It's not the best. At least I'm not a fan. I've tried it. They have this like chili spaghetti, or I don't know. It's a thing. Clearly, Jamar Chase is not a fan of the Skyline chili. But can you imagine you're having a press conference, you're like, yeah, ain't nothing to do here. Now all I can do is ball because this place sucks and the food sucks, but I got my quarterback here, so tunnel vision. I can just come here and focus on football.
Well, the good news for Jamar Chase is that he can go anywhere he wants in the offseason now. You want to go on a nice vacation, you can do that. You can do whatever you want. The guy's rich.
That he is.
He's rich.
That he is. Probably has a chef that can make whatever he wants now.
I'm sure he does.
All those guys. Aaron Rodgers still doesn't have a home yet. The latest on Aaron Rodgers, just to make Joe's head explode, coming up on this Taco Tuesday here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you are having any issues at your house with your plumbing, your AC, there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899. A gorgeous day like today is also the perfect time to make sure you get your air conditioner tuned up. Make sure it's ready for when the oven does get turned on here in the next couple of months. And Quartermoon right now is having a pre-summer AC inspection special. They don't do a lot of sales and specials and that sort of thing, and they got very creative here. The cost is their phone number, $58.99, for their pre-summer AC inspection, where they'll come out, check your capacitor, your indoor coil, your outdoor coil, filter inspection, check all the proper temperature levels. 210-651-5899. Call them. Make sure you get on the schedule. Take advantage of the $58.99 AC inspection that they're offering. Now, if you're having any plumbing issues, call Quartermoon. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission. Sales reps, they'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they do have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau, and at Quartermoon, they are green certified. Call them 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
Listen all this week to The Blitz to win tickets to see the Counting Crows at the SB. Saturday, August the 2nd, the Counting Crows, the complete suite store, comes to the SB. Tickets are on sale now. Go to thesb.com. Win tickets to the Counting Crows with special guests, the Gaslight Anthem from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey guys, want to be a hero? Get her a mommy makeover. $2,000 off this month. $1,000 off a tummy tuck. She gets her confidence back. You get the best thank you ever. Win-win, right? Call 210-494-8446 or go to findyourbeautiful.com.
Get ready to play in the street. Ciclovia returns to the Broadway route on Sunday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This YMCA of Greater San Antonio community fitness event takes over the streets for cycling, walking, and safe, healthy fun. Visit ciclovia.org for more details.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
The most exciting weekend in college basketball starts here. Don't miss the 2025 State Farm College Slam Dunk and 3-Point Championships. Witness the nation's top dunkers and sharpshooters battle it out live in person. One epic night of unbelievable skill and electrifying energy. Thursday, April 3rd at the Frost Bank Center. Tickets are going fast. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com. See you April 3rd for the State Farm College Slam Dunk and 3-Point Championships. The most exciting weekend in college basketball starts here. One night, pure action. Don't miss it.
All right, guys, summer is coming. You could hit the gym, but you're probably going to say, I'll start next Monday. Here's what you need to do. You need to get M-Sculpt Neo from Dr. Connie Hires. It burns fat, builds muscle, and tightens up your abs, your arms, even your butt and your legs. And guess what? She can do it, too. Couples who sculpt together, well, call 210-494-8446 or go to findyourbeautiful.com. Findyourbeautiful.com, because Dad Bod season is officially over, and Dr. Connie Hires is here to help you get ready for summer.
Pizza craving? We've got you covered. At Round Table Pizza, we've been crafting pizzas with premium, high-quality ingredients for over 60 years. From our made-from-scratch dough to our savory toppings piled all the way to the edge. Find your nearest location or order delivery at roundtablepizza.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. And it's all about having a great time. Grab your buddies, and ladies too, and hit the course for a fun, laid-back day of golf, laughs, and a little friendly competition at the Golf Club of Texas, Monday, April 14th. It's just $120 a player or $400 for a foursome. A solid deal for a day of good times with your crew. The Spring Golf Classic benefits the Pan American Golf Association. But don't worry, this isn't some high-stakes tournament. It's all about kicking back, having fun, and making memories. Presented by Fly by Yingling and sponsored by Ancira.com and PBL Motorhomes. After you've crushed it on the course, join us at the Hangar Bar and Grill on Potranco for the ultimate after party. Cold drinks, great food, and good times with all of your buddies. So grab your spot, grab your crew, and tee off for a day of unforgettable fun. Sign up now at sasportstar.com. Swing it!
Counting Crows. They're coming to the ESPY. Pledge is playing that as a sign for me to give away a pair of tickets right now. Let's give them the caller number 13 at 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. And you got plenty of time to plan for this show. The Counting Crows won't be here until August 2nd.
August 2nd. Where are they going? Frostbank Center?
No, the ESPY.
The ESPY?
The ESPY. Tickets on sale at theespy.com.
What the hell's the ESPY?
To get your tickets. It's down near Sunset, the old Sunset Station.
Okay.
It's right there by the Alamo Dome.
All right.
You know, it's all right here in the notes. They're right in front of you.
Well, I'm sure they are,
you
but
could read those.
I could read it.
I mean, you could.
The ESPY.
Yeah.
I don't know where the hell that is. I've never heard of the ESPY. Have you been to a show there?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've given away tickets there before. 13.
The ESPY.
Yes.
I thought that was an award show on ESPN.
No, that's the ESPYs.
Oh.
Yes.
You're a dumb butt.
Man.
Be a good show.
I'm sure it will be.
Counting Crows are awesome. Although I have a feeling I won't be able to go to that show August 2nd because I'll be in Oxnard, California.
A little something happening at that time.
Dallas Cowboys at training camp that last week of July, first week of August. I kind of always know where I'm going to be.
Will be an interesting training camp, so I'm looking forward to it.
It will be. We'll talk some Cowboys coming up as they continue to hand out jersey numbers and whatnot. Interesting, though, when you think about where the Cowboys are in the NFL world. You look at, like, Derek Stingley's contract. His agent is the same as Micah Parsons' agent. His agent likes a lot of 3-year deals. Short deals get back to the negotiating table. And with Micah Parsons, Jamar Chase is signed, whether he likes the food in Cincinnati or not. He's there. You can hire a chef. So you would think the Cowboys could get a Micah Parsons deal done sooner rather than later, even though it's not the Cowboy way to get a deal done. But you wonder, with Mulligetta, is he trying to get a short contract? Or Jerry typically wanting to do a long contract? Is that going to be more of a holdup than the actual dollar amount, the average per year, the highest guarantee, all that kind of stuff? Is it really just going to come down to years for Micah Parsons?
I would think so. I mean, the way salaries are spiraling up year after year after year, I'd want to be able to get out of this one as soon as you possibly can. And so, yeah, if I'm Mulligetta, I think a 3-year deal is probably perfect for him. Now, Jerry's not going to like that, so that could be a holdup more than the money, what we're talking about. So it's going to be interesting to see, man, because this whole Micah Parsons thing and Jerry Jones, it's another summer of why hadn't he signed him yet? How come there's no deal? Why not?
And it's what the Cowboys do. I mean, if the Cowboys ran their organization the way most teams do, we could actually have a beer bet on what happens first. Micah Parsons gets his extension, or Aaron Rodgers makes a damn decision on what he's going to do. Jeez. Because right now, Aaron Rodgers, according to reports, has offers from Pittsburgh, has an offer from the New York Giants. It also appears that Aaron Rodgers really wants Minnesota, according to some reports. It doesn't seem like Minnesota's overly interested in Aaron Rodgers. Then you get Cam Hayward. He was on a podcast, and he was asked if he would do any recruiting of Aaron Rodgers to try to get him to just sign with Pittsburgh already?
I ain't doing that or darkness retreat. I don't need any of that crap. Like, either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you don't. That's simple. That's the pitch. Like, if you want me to recruit, that's the recruiting pitch. You know, Pittsburgh Steelers. If you want to be part of it, so be it. If you don't, no skin on my back.
You know, I love that. And I would think other players are that way too. You know, what are you doing? We've offered you a chance to come join our team, and you're stringing us along. And so I would think that would piss people off. But that's what Aaron Rodgers does. That's why nobody should want this guy.
Well, I mean, if he can help you win, and Cam would say that, but I think that answer from Cam Hayward is one of the reasons why I think he would fit with Pittsburgh. The culture there with Mike Tomlin and veteran guys like Hayward wouldn't let Aaron Rodgers come in with all his diva-ness and try to run everything. I mean, he'll do it to a degree, but it's not like they're like, dude, Aaron, please choose us, like they're on The Bachelor trying to get a rose here, because is he going to be the difference between going to the Super Bowl or not? Now, they got Mason Rudolph. They've got a roster. They got a really good roster. They just need a quarterback. But guys like Cam Hayward aren't going out of their way to make sure Aaron Rodgers signs there. He doesn't sound like he's going over the top to make him feel welcome. If he shows up in the locker room, come in and be one of the guys and let's go.
Well, that's the problem. Coming in and being one of the guys is not in Aaron Rodgers' repertoire. So, look, Pittsburgh needs a Band-Aid, a bridge to whomever their next quarterback is going to be. And Aaron Rodgers, if that's him and they want to deal with that nonsense, fine. I'd go back to Russell Wilson if I were them. I'd negotiate with him and say, what's it going to take, knowing that you only need a short period of time. Aaron Rodgers, dude, I wouldn't touch that guy with a 30-foot pole.
Well, we all know how you feel about Aaron Rodgers.
I think he's a bum.
Who might even actually wait until around the draft to make a decision. Although Jacina Anderson tweeted earlier today, worth noting, one league source told her that the Steelers feel like they're getting close on their quarterback situation. In their mind, the optimism pertained to Aaron Rodgers. So we'll see if that's accurate. But Aaron Rodgers is doing Aaron Rodgers things, and ultimately, I'm kind of like you. Let's send him off to retirement.
Dude, please. I mean, again, the guy, he was a great player at one time. He was.
Is he worth the headache at this point? The answer is no.
He's not.
But if you're Pittsburgh and you just need a quarterback, do you deal with the BS if he can get you over the hump? And you're in a division with Cincinnati and Baltimore, and Cleveland. I mean, you got to have a quarterback.
Well, but a quarterback that's going to be a teammate, and that's the problem. I mean, if Pittsburgh signs this guy and he's a diva, as you call him, or a bum, as I call him, and he brings that cancerous stuff into the locker room, then you're screwed. And that good roster you had, well, guess what? It's going down the drain with Aaron Rodgers.
I just want the dumpster fire in Pittsburgh.
Well,
it is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, with the tournament actually starting today with those first four games. We actually get off work early today at 5:30, so we're switching some things up. Let's do our injury update, powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at TSAOG.com. Let's welcome on the Buyers Barricades guest line, Dr. Richard Nauert. Doc, appreciate you being flexible with your schedule today. And you think about a guy like Aaron Rodgers, had that Achilles injury. It took him a long time to start playing like Aaron Rodgers last year. But towards the end of the season, he was playing good football. Is that a sign, if you're Pittsburgh or whoever's looking at him, that he's fully recovered from that Achilles and the poor play that he had early in the year wouldn't be there when he starts his next season with whatever team he chooses?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers was playing pretty good football towards the end of the year. I certainly don't think his Achilles was necessarily what was keeping him back at the beginning of the season. I think that has more to do with him, being on the Jets and missing the prior year completely. So whether or not a team wants to go for Aaron Rodgers next year, like you guys were talking about, that's to be seen. But he's the oldest quarterback in the league, the oldest player in the league, and hard to come back from any injury, especially at that age.
So you're saying, Doc, he actually needs a psychiatrist, not necessarily a doctor like you.
Yeah, I don't know what Mr. Aaron Rodgers needs right now. I'm sure he's, working on that in the offseason.
He needs attention, and he's getting it.
Yeah, he needs attention, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's true.
Tomorrow morning, De'Aaron Fox is going to have surgery in Los Angeles to repair the extensor tendon in his left fifth finger. He's obviously going to miss the rest of the season. This is a pinky injury that he's played with, right? He said the other day recovery time is about 12 weeks. Overall, is this just normal kind of a procedure for him to get that fixed? No long-term issues to worry about?
Yeah, this seems pretty routine. Again, something he was playing with and playing pretty well with. And, certainly if the season would have gone a little bit differently and the Spurs would have been in playoff contention, I think that, he's probably playing through this and getting this done in the offseason. But with the way the season's played out, it makes sense to shut him down a little bit early, get it taken care of, and start the rehab process and kind of set the sights on next year.
Well, I'm curious. He said 12 weeks. Is that about right, number one? And what is the rehab process for a pinky finger?
That certainly sounds about right. Of course, it's a little bit different for everybody. The biggest thing is you're balancing healing, which requires immobilization and really not using the finger, and then getting the motion back. Especially with a shooter and a finger and a ball handler like De'Aaron Fox is, you need the mobility there in that joint. And so part of it is he'll be immobilized for a period of time to help facilitate healing and make sure that extensor tendon recovers appropriately. But the tendons move as we move our fingers. And so then you have to start getting them moving, get the motion back, get the swelling out of there. So it can take about 12 weeks.
Dr. Richard Nauert joining us here on the Blitz as the tournament gets underway. The most talked about ankle belongs to Cooper Flagg of Duke. We all saw that video. It looks so nasty. And you were wondering, because the draft is coming up. And he might be able to go on Friday. They say the doctor, his parents, and his agent are going to have a lot to say whether he plays Friday or Sunday in the second round because they're going to – they don't need Cooper Flagg to win on Friday. But what are some of the things from a medical standpoint that they would be looking at with that ankle with x-rays being negative?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing is, he sustained a sprain, and so he tore some of the ligaments on his ankle. And he was able to walk afterwards, and x-rays are negative, which is great, but it's still a big trauma to the ankle. It swells, it's painful. And so certainly he wants to play in the tournament. Obviously, with his, prospects for next year, we want to make sure that, he's not compromising any future problems with that ankle. So the medical staff has that in the forefront of their mind, is trying to make sure, one, how is his swelling? How is he walking? How's his ankle function? Certainly it's probably not going to be 100%, but there's that gray zone, which is, the art of medicine, which is, is he going to be comfortable enough to where he can be effective for Duke and play well? And of course, he wants to be a part of the tournament. So they're going to make sure that his ankle's looking okay. They're really going to be looking at that swelling, his tenderness, how he's doing with, running and jogging and weight bearing on it. And of course, he'll have it taped up and secure in the shoe. But it's certainly something that really can be a day-by-day evaluation as well.
Well, so Doc, having said that, and if he's not 100%, and even though they'll have the ankle taped up, is it weaker? Is that something that he could re-injure if it's not closer to 100%?
Yeah, certainly it's something where if those ligaments are still, injured and not as strong as they normally are, it does put him at a little bit higher risk of having, another ankle sprain or tweaking it, having it linger. And that's certainly something that they're considering closely as well. But, it's hard to take one of the, the top player of the country off the best team in the country, arguably, and hold him out of the tournament. And I'm sure he's begging them to get back. And so it's tough to navigate those relationships as a physician, but certainly important to think long-term with Cooper Flagg.
Well, and again, I'm also I'm just amazed when you saw that in the conference tournament, the video, how it turned, and then he's in a wheelchair. And then he's walking again. At one point you thought, man, they might have to amputate that thing. I kid, but it looks so much more severe than it was. Is that just the byproduct of he's young and maybe hadn't had a whole lot of ankle sprains in his life? Because, if you've never had one, that first one, you feel like you've been shot.
Yeah, I think the initial injury, it's a high impact injury. It's a high energy injury. As powerful as these players are, and him, coming down on it with that much force, and so certainly the initial response is incredible pain and swelling and hard to walk on it. And as you go through that initial recovery process and the X-rays are negative, things are kind of calming down, you can have a little bit more of a reassessment. But ankle sprains can be incredibly tough and sometimes even operative, depending on exactly how the nature of the injury and how it looks on MRI and other images. So it's one of those things where you see people really on a spectrum as far as getting back and playing early versus late. It's hard to know, with the amount of force and demand that Cooper Flagg has on that ankle, how long he really needs to get back to fully recover.
All right, let's go from a young guy to an old guy and how that affects him. LeBron James expected to miss another week with a groin injury, groin strain back on March the 9th. And again, I guess that it varies as to the severity when you can come back. But what is typical, Doc, when you're talking about something like that?
Groin strains are tough. It really 4 to 6 weeks, anywhere in there. But we've seen them in the NBA. I mean, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Paul George. I mean, these are all guys that are a little bit later of their careers that are dealing with these injuries. And part of it is LeBron's a freak of nature. We all know that. I think he comes back faster from injury than anybody. He's an absolute alien. So I think any type of injury that he has, he's going to be coming back faster than most, but he's still the oldest player in the NBA. And so allowing the body time to heal and him getting rehab and treatment certainly is important.
Absolutely. Doc, the most important thing, who do you got coming to San Antonio in your Final Four? Who's winning it all?
It's hard to bet against Florida, man. They've been looking really good, and they've got such strong guard play. So I'm hanging my hat on Florida, but love to see a competitive tournament, and we'll see what happens.
Good stuff. Dr. Richard Nauert, always appreciate the knowledge and insight.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Good stuff. Our injury update powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at TSAOG.com. Dr. Nauert and all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. Great article on ESPN.com today about the future of Greg Popovich and everything that has happened since that stroke in November. We'll talk about it coming up here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
First, if you don't have a Connecticut quality water softener, why not? You need one. Look, you may have been the same way I was when thinking there can't be that big of a difference between a Connecticut and everything else, until I got one in my house, and it is a game changer. It is better than anything else on the market by far. It is just a quality product, and I tell you what, the soft water is amazing. You take a shower, you feel great. You put on your clothes out of the washing machine, you feel great. The dishes come out of the dishwasher, feeling great. Not to mention the fact that you're protecting all of those appliances and every pipe that runs through your house. Because of the hard water in San Antonio, you need a quality water softener like the Connecticut quality water softener. What I love about it is you don't plug it in. It doesn't run on electricity. It runs on that kinetic energy. I don't know how it works, but I know it does work, and it provides soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And right now, well, the fine folks at Connecticut are sweetening the pot. For a limited time, when you buy a Connecticut quality water softener, you are going to receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station that they will install right there at your kitchen sink. Also going to give you $400 off your old water softener and free money. 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. You can't beat that deal, so you know it's not going to last long. Give Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country a call. The number to call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Touchdown Vegas! What a wild finish!
Your home for the NFL.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream.
Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, or big box store.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Ever feel like everything in life is moving at hyperspeed? Slow things down with the all-new Nissan Murano, an unapologetic refuge amidst the daily hustle and bustle. Re-energize with massaging leather-appointed seats to melt away the tension of a busy day. Escape into your favorite music with a Bose premium sound system, or set the vibe with ambient mood lighting. Because sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Check out the all-new Nissan Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof, ambient lighting, and massaging leather-appointed seats are optional features.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
At the Institute for Functional Health, we are dedicated to helping you live life fully, playing with your kids, golfing, and feeling great without relying on pills. We're not about treating symptoms temporarily. We're about extending your health span, the years you live in good health. I'm Dr. Torres, and for over a decade, my team has transformed lives by tackling health issues at the root. Tired of medications without real answers? Take control of your health with us. Call 210-468-1891 for a free Discovery Day consultation or visit iffhealth.com. Improve your health span today.
Nigel, what are you doing with all this stuff in the break room? It looks like a farmer's market in here.
I'm changing my eating habits, embracing good quality nutrition with fresh produce.
Call Quarter Moon for your $58.99 AC inspection. For a limited time, just $58.99.
Nigel, that's a pretty impressive healthy salad you've assembled.
Thanks, Joel. Now step back. The grease is hot.
Grease?
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
All right, guys, summer is coming. You could hit the gym, but you're probably going to say, I'll start next Monday. Here's what you need to do. You need to get M-Sculpt Neo from Dr. Connie Hires. It burns fat, builds muscle, and tightens up your abs, your arms, even your butt and your legs. And guess what? She can do it, too. Couples who sculpt together, well, call 210-494-8446 or go to findyourbeautiful.com. FindYourBeautiful.com, because Dad Bod season is officially over, and Dr. Connie Hires is here to help you get ready for summer.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, it all gets started tonight, kind of, the NCAA tournament. We've got the first set of first four games, 16 seeds battle. St. Francis takes on Alabama State. That's followed up tonight by 11 seeds, North Carolina and San Diego State. You can hear it all right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Houston Astros, they've named Framber Valdez the opening day starter for the fourth consecutive season. Rangers going with Nathan Eovaldi.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Tuesday afternoon.
It is Tuesday, isn't it?
It is.
Wow.
Taco Tuesday. And any taco.
Crispy.
Any taco.
Jeez.
Will be fine.
Whatever, y'all.
There's a poll up on our YouTube channel. Just go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Because Joe thinks Taco Tuesday is meant for crispy tacos only. The poll is Taco Tuesday only for crunchy tacos. And 82% say no.
Well, just because 82% say no doesn't make them right.
So the 18% yeses that agree with you?
Yes, those people are absolutely spot on.
Yeah, whatever.
Crunchy tacos. You got some dude down here, Justin Guerrero, DQ tacos are trash? Are you kidding me?
He said he had them last Tuesday, never again.
You see what we're dealing with here?
Jacob Eric said, I had soft fajita tacos. Good.
Oh, well, now, see, Justin, you're smart again. I love all you guys. Even if you don't agree with me, that's
crunchy
fine.
tacos only. No, it's whatever taco you want.
I love all you guys.
You do you.
You know what? If you haven't been to our YouTube page, you need to make a point to check it out because it's a nice community of folks in there.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to check that out at some point in time. But we appreciate however you're listening.
Yeah, a lot of comedians, huh?
Yeah, they are
keyboard
wannabes.
comedians. That is for sure.
Yeah.
You look at the tournament, and again, we get out early today, 5:30, because we'll have those first four games here on 94.1 starting tonight. Thursday and Friday when the real tournament begins, we're going to be live out at Twin Peaks, 410 location, 410 in Blanco Park North on Thursday, 151 location on Friday. So come watch the tournament games when the actual tournament does start Thursday and Friday out at Twin Peaks. Great article today at ESPN.com. Michael C. Wright and Ramona Shelbourne share the byline. And it's an in-depth article on Greg Popovich and his future. Really well done. This is not a quick read. If you're reading this while you're sitting down, you're going to have numb legs when you're done.
Or maybe just right. Who knows?
Just right?
It might be just right.
You could. The headline, it's Pop's decision. He's earned that. Inside Greg Popovich's fight to return to the sideline. And very great detail on what had happened the day of the stroke. Everything that was going on to what he is fighting for. And, you know, when you're looking for the bits of good news for Greg Popovich, and we are because nobody has seen him. Well, say nobody has seen him. He hasn't been seen in public since then. We know he's talked to the team. There's some descriptions of that. There is, but nobody has seen him at one of his favorite restaurants. Nobody has seen him, at least reportedly, and taken photos. Now, who knows? But when you're looking for the hope, this article says he's ahead of schedule. For most stroke victims that had similar situation of Pop, because we know strokes can vary in so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's at 5 months, most people are at 9 months. So he is ahead of schedule. And
Tough guy.
I do believe the motivation to return to coaching is what is motivating him to kick ass during his rehab.
I'm sure. I mean, Pop's a competitor, right? So he's going to face this as a competitor would, and he's going to work his butt off to make sure that he's done. I have no doubt about that. Sometimes, though, that's not enough. And when you read this article, and one of the players described him as he was talking as a lot slower than normal and deliberate, speaking-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And Greg Popovich told him, he said, look, his goal is to come back. He wants to come back, but if he's not 100%, then he's doing everybody a disservice. That I believe completely, because I don't see Greg Popovich coming back just for the fact of coming back. If he can't be the Greg Popovich that he wants to be, he's going to step aside and let somebody else take over.
Well, and again, at this point, Pop, RC, nobody knows if he's going to be able to return next year. They don't have to make a decision yet. And I would imagine, though, that they have some sort of target date where they've got to make a decision or let Pop make a decision. And maybe Pop is the one that puts that deadline on there because he has earned that right. But you also wonder, though, if a tough decision will have to be made for Greg Popovich because maybe it's not solely his decision at this point.
Well, it may not be, but I look, Pop knows when the deadlines are. He knows when the good time to if somebody else has to be put in place, then he knows that they need to get in there sooner rather than later. Look, I just don't think Pop is going to drag this out. He's going to know. He's going to talk to his doctors. He's going to continue his rehab. And I think he'll make that decision when he feels like it needs to be made. Right now, I think he's got some time to see where he's at. I mean, the regular season is just about over. You can go on through that. Now, after that's over, pretty quickly, I would think a decision's going to have to be made.
Great read. Great read. Go read it. Coming up, let's talk with Charean Williams of Pro Football Talk. I had a problem with something earlier. She tweeted about it. We'll talk about why 33 should be a special number for the Cowboys and what else is going on in the world of the NFL here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, I want to tell you about Dr. Connie Heyer's Plastic Surgery and Med Spa. If you've got a dad bod and you're trying to look a little bit better, M-Sculpt Neo, non-invasive muscle-building, fat-burning procedure, no downtime. It's like doing 20,000 crunches in 30 minutes, and that will jumpstart that. Now, you say, how well does it work? These jeans that I'm wearing, they're new. They're 32s because the 34s that I was wearing a month ago don't fit anymore.
Yeah, they get baggy quick. They do. And I'm the same way. I tell you what, this thing is really remarkable because you go in there for 30 minutes. That's all it takes each session. And you lay there. They put this thing on you. It feels good. It's heated, and it is like doing crunches. And typically you doze off, and it's just a very relaxing thing. But at the same time, you're doing something very good for your body.
If you don't want to spend hours in the gym and you don't want to mix in a lot of solids and sit-ups, this is a great alternative. And it works. And it's not just M-Sculpt Neo there, because you could do that, your wife could do that, your girlfriend, but they also have so many other options for you. Like right now, a mommy makeover, you can get $2,000 off of that when you mention the Blitz, $1,000 off of a tummy tuck. They've got specials on liposuction as well.
And facials for either you or your lady. So you could do that as well. A lot of specials in the month of March. Just let them know that the Blitz sent you over there. Will you do that?
Call them 210-494-8446 and make sure if she's calling that she knows the Blitz sent you so you get that special. 210-494-8446 or go to the website findyourbeautiful.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is heading to Vegas, and you're coming with us. Join Jason and Joe from the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas for Mega March, March 27th through the 30th. Catch baseball's opening day and all the hoops action at the world's largest sports book. Then take the party to Stadium Swing with 6 pools and a massive 143-foot screen. Book now at CircaLasVegas.com with promo code Blitz and join us at Circa Resort and Casino. Sports, sun, spirits, and a sure bet for an unforgettable time.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this. The insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com.
When it comes to finding great deals on suits, timing's everything. And now
now's the time, because Macy's semi-annual suit sale is here. Save 40 to 60% on new suits and blazers from Calvin Klein and Michael Kors, with performance suits starting at $99.99. And if you need advice on the perfect fit, Macy's free personal stylists are here at the store and ready to help. If you need a new suit, there's no time like the present, because the Macy's suit sale won't be back until the fall. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Summer is coming. Time to get rid of that dad bod. Time for Lipo 123. First area, 20% off. Second area, 30% off. Third, 40% off. It's like a discount for every slice of pizza you regret. Call 210-494-8446 or findyourbeautiful.com.
It's Truck Month at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get 2.9% financing for 72 months on 2025 Silverado 1500s and $10,000 off MSRP on Silverado heavy duties. Buy a new 2025 Equinox posted at $24,999 or $40,999 for a new Traverse. Plus 2 years of no-charge oil changes and car washes. Together, let's drive at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Must qualify for financing offers. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Rock's Discount Vitamins and More wants to thank God and San Antonio for making Rock's the king of supplements. Are you losing weight, building muscle, or just getting healthy? Rock's has you covered. Weight loss and muscle building packages starting at just $75. Plus, get a free in-body scan in 15 seconds with the In-Body 270 analysis. Start tracking your results today. The pros at Rock's know their products, how they work, and what's best for your health and fitness goals. Call 210-342-7625 or visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com.
Thank you for making Total Wine & More America's #1 online source for spirits, beer, and wine. Better than all those delivery apps. Total Wine's prices are up to 30% lower with super fast delivery and no hidden fees. Order direct at TotalWine.com and pay less today.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson, and I've represented folks here in San Antonio injured by negligent drivers for more than 30 years. If you or a family member has been seriously injured, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400. I've heard from many of my clients that after they were involved in a collision, they would get phone calls asking them to hire an attorney. This is highly irregular and probably illegal. Any attorney that is trying to contact you either directly or through a marketing company is not the kind of attorney that you should trust with such a serious matter. Quite frankly, it's creepy. If you call me, we will speak directly. If you hire me, it will be after you and I have talked. I will explain what I can do for you, and you can decide what you would like me to do next. The phone call and the consultation are free. Getting a smart result requires that you make smart decisions along the way, and that's my job, to help you and your family make smart decisions, and that's based on more than 30 years of experience. If you've been injured in an accident, call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
This is Andrew Monaco, and you're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Andrew Monaco will join us here on the Blitz tomorrow. They get ready to open up the tournament out in Denver with the Yale coming up on Thursday.
Woo, that's tough.
It is the Blitz. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Mother Football. Charean Williams from Pro Football Talk joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And Charean, you had some tweets earlier that echo what I was saying, you know, and talking about some of the numbers these new Cowboys get. Now, I know the Cowboys don't necessarily retire numbers, although nobody's getting 12 ever. But if you're Williams, you're the new running back. You're on a one-year deal. Why do you get number 33? That like if a defensive back needs 33, okay, but a running back should not have Tony Dorsett's number.
No, not unless it's somebody like they do with 88, and you know they draft CeeDee Lamb in the first round and say, hey, this number is reserved for the best players at that position on our team, and we think you're that guy, we want you to wear 88. So unless it's something like that, no, you don't give out 33. I mean, there's just special numbers. Any number that's a Hall of Famer, I don't think should be given out to just anybody. It should go to special players, or it should not be used at all. I hate retired numbers because then you get the situation where you have a great player come in. They have to ask the family of the guy whose number's retired, hey, do you mind if Tom Brady, where's your number? I'm just making up. It wasn't Tom Brady. I can't remember right now who it was. I think it's somebody with the Broncos. But,
Yeah, when Peyton Manning went there, right?
Yeah, maybe it was Peyton Manning. Is it okay for Peyton to wear your number? Why are we retiring numbers? There's no reason to retire numbers. Don't retire numbers. Make them special. And if a Peyton Manning comes along, yes, of course he can wear 18. yes, of course, Ashton Genty, if he's drafted in the first round, which he's not going to be, I'm just saying, yes, if he wants 33, he should be given 33. There's certain cases where you give those numbers out, but it has to be a really special. If you sign Derrick Henry and he wants 33, I'm fine with that. But to give it away to anybody else, just a non-special player, I don't agree with that. I just think any Hall of Famer, their numbers should be treated with reverence.
Charean, I'm curious as to what you think. There's been a lot of activity with the Cowboys since we talked to you last. What would just your general thoughts on what they've done in the free agent market?
I think they're better than they were last year. I think they've made some moves that have made them better, and combine that with what they're going to do in the draft. I think they're a better team than they were last year. A lot depends on Dak's health and obviously the health of their frontline players. I don't think they have a ton of depth like some players do who can absorb some injuries and go on and get to the playoffs and win playoff games and be a contender. I don't think they're that team. They're going to have to stay healthy, but I do think they've improved themselves. This time a year ago, I was telling you, hey, the Cowboys are worse than they were this time, when they ended the season against the Packers. They're not as good as that team that ended. This year I'm saying they're better than what they were when they ended the season in Week 18 last year. I think they've improved themselves. How much, I guess we're going to find out, but I do think they're better, and I do think they've made some quality moves. And I know people would want more, Cooper Kupp, probably being one of them, but they weren't going to spend $15 million over 3 years to get Cooper Kupp. They just weren't.
No, and I know there's reports that, there was some interest until they saw the numbers, because the Cowboys have been very active in low-risk kind of deals with guys that have been busts to this point, former first-round picks here and there. Of all the moves that they've made, which is the one you're liking the most?
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I probably have to see them in front of me to say which one I like the most. I do like the moves they made at running back. Now, I don't think either one of those guys is their starter. I think they better go out and draft a running back pretty high. 30 running backs Dane Brugler has as with draftable grades. You better get one early and have him as your starter. But Javonte Williams fits what they do, what they want out of the running back position. That's a guy who can catch the ball out of the backfield. He does that very well if he can stay healthy. He's coming off an injury. So I do like at the running back position. I do think they've improved the running back position a lot. And again, I would probably have to see all of them in front of me, say which one I like absolutely the most. But that's the one that we talked about over and over and over again. The way they were ranked in rushing, down at the bottom in attempts, down at the bottom, 24th I think in attempts, down at the bottom in rushing yards, down at the bottom with 6 rushing touchdowns. I think that was 30th. They just were not a good rushing team. And unless you're a good rushing team, I don't think you can win in the NFL. And so I think they've improved that area in the offseason. Again, still need a starting running back, but they've improved that position.
Well, so speaking of starting running backs, there's a mock draft, and there's one daily now, and there will be until the draft comes out. But this is from Mel Kiper on ESPN. He's got him picking Omarion Hampton, the running back out of North Carolina. Now, personally, Charean, I would rather them do something else. Will Campbell out of LSU, the offensive lineman, goes a pick right after that to the Miami Dolphins. Are you okay with the Cowboys drafting a guy like Hampton there at the 12th pick?
I don't think they draft a running back with the first pick. More likely to go offensive line, as you said, best player available, whether it's an offensive lineman, whether it's a wide receiver, which they still need that second receiver. Paris Campbell's not that guy, I don't think. He adds depth. Again, a good signing, but you still need a number 2 receiver. So that guy's got to probably, unless, one of these other guys improves greatly over what they did last year. So I see offensive line, wide receiver, a player on defense, whoever that best player is available there for you, but I don't see it being a running back. I'd be surprised if it's a running back. I don't know if I'd be okay with it. If they think he's really special, Saquon Barkley or Derrick Henry, okay, but he better be that, because you have too many other positions of need and there's too many other good running backs in this draft that you can get the second round or the third round. I'd be really good with them if they picked a different position with that 12th pick and then come back in the second round, draft that running back, or the third round, and get that running back. I'd be really okay with that.
I'm with you there, Charean. Charean Williams from Pro Football Talk here on the Blitz. But they also now look like they have to draft a backup quarterback with Cooper Rush signing with the Baltimore Ravens. A lot of people talking about maybe Quinn Ewers, Dylan Gabriel. At what round do you think the Cowboys will look to draft a QB?
Well, it better not be before the 4th or 5th round because I just don't think they can spend a pick there for a guy that they don't expect to play for them. And if he does play for them, it's just like this past season, they're not going to make the playoffs anyway. So honestly, it really doesn't matter. It truly, that's a position to me that doesn't matter. If Dak Prescott gets hurt again and misses a bulk of the season, you're not going to make the playoffs. You're not going to be a playoff contender, none of that. So I'm not spending a high pick on a quarterback, 4th or 5th round. And I'd prefer probably 5th round, a guy you can develop. Spencer Rattler went in the 5th round last year, something like that, somebody like that in the 5th round that maybe you can develop and be your backup quarterback. But yeah, that's not a position that I'm going to treat real highly. And if they do draft a quarterback in the 2nd or 3rd round, I think Cowboys fans should riot.
Okay, yeah, that's noted. That's noted. All right, Charean, it is officially on now that Jamar Chase is the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. The Micah Parsons watch officially begins. Are you expecting anything anytime soon? I mean, there's really nothing else to wait for, is there?
No, and Stephen Jones said that. Oh, it's not like last year when we were waiting for all these receivers to get contracts, before he could sign CeeDee Lamb, which they didn't need to do that, by the way, but, it's a good narrative. But, yeah, I mean, they need to get him signed, and it's already cost them money. I think somebody estimated, it's cost them $30 million now waiting with all these contracts, non-quarterback contracts that have come up. And Trey Hendrickson, he's not going to make that, but, he could get $30 million. Whether it's from the Bengals or somebody else, but his price is just going to keep going up, and they just need to get this done and get it done sooner than later. Get him into the, they have concerns about get him into the voluntary work. Guess what? He ain't coming to voluntary workouts if he's not signed. Why would he?
Nope.
You're not taking a chance and risking injury. That would be a bad business decision for him to show up before he has a new contract. So if you're really concerned about that, you get him signed right away. So and that's part of the agreement that he's going to come to voluntary workouts. If that's really and truly a concern of yours, then you sign him now and you get him to voluntary workouts.
Charean Williams from Pro Football Talk. Maybe the most important question I'm going to ask you today.
I know what it is.
Is Taco Tuesday only for crunchy tacos, or does any taco, whether it's a street taco, a soft taco, heck, a fish taco, if it's a taco, does that count for Taco Tuesday, or is Taco Tuesday only for crunchy tacos?
Well, I prefer the crunchy ones, but I would say it's for any taco. I don't think you should discriminate against other kinds of tacos. So I do think it's for any taco, but I do prefer the crunchy tacos.
I'm a traditional guy, Charean. I'm with you. It's a crunchy taco or nothing on Taco Tuesday.
But wait, is it Dairy Queen only crunchy taco?
Could be. No, I'll go anywhere. That's fine. But crunchy only.
Okay.
All I know is we're all in the wrong business. We should be in the taco business. Texas country singer named Rich O'Toole, who tweets often about breakfast tacos, just tweeted out the owner of Torchy's Tacos has listed his mansion in Austin. It's for $25 million, the most expensive listing in Austin. We're in the wrong business.
That's a lot of tacos.
That's a lot.
Sold some tacos. Yeah. And I like Torchy's tacos. Don't get me wrong, but that's a lot of tacos.
That's a lot.
Yes.
Well, exactly, man. Taco Tuesday is good for business. That is for sure. Charean Williams, always appreciate it. Make sure you follow Charean on Twitter at NFL Charean and read her at ProFootballTalk.com. Thanks, Charean. Have a great week.
Thanks, you guys, too.
Appreciate it. Charean Williams on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
Good stuff.
$25 million compound, the most expensive listing in Austin.
Hey, well, yeah, we like tacos in Texas.
Dude. Well, in Torchy's tacos, I mean, that's just all kinds of different things in a tortilla.
Well, that dude's probably selling, franchises and stuff like that, right?
Sure, but still, that's a lot of tacos.
Well, it's a hell of a mansion, that's for sure. $25 million. Are you interested or what? Is that?
I'd be interested. I don't qualify, but who wouldn't be interested in that?
Dude, can I tell you confession before we leave today? I've never been to Torchy's Tacos.
All right.
It's all right. All right. Just saying.
They have a lot of interesting names of their tacos. They got a great shrimp taco.
Not much of a shrimp taco.
I know you're not, but I'm just saying. Lots of tacos there. Go enjoy your tacos, whether they're crunchy, whether they're soft. You go do you. Basketball coming up here on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. And it's all about having a great time. Grab your buddies